We are live. This is the Thursday Ice Guys Betcast edition. I'm Andrew McInnis. I've got Terry with me. We've got Alex B. Smith with me. Ian Cameron is not with us tonight, and this is probably one of the only times you'll ever see anything going on with the Ice Guys that Ian Cameron is not present. So he definitely deserves the night off. We'll try and hold the fort down for him. We're going to try and run through some of these early games, and we'll see how long I stay on, but definitely want to be a part of the early games. We'll see what's going on with the later games as well. But happy to be here with Alex and Terry. For all of you guys out there that are watching live right now or going to be tuning in, you can DM me and I'll send the link to you.
Either one of us.
Yeah. Same thing with Alex too. Yeah. Send it to him. He'll get you in, and we're just going to kind of hang out, relax. I know we've all kind of had a long day in our own different ways. So I'm looking forward to just kind of hanging out, and hopefully we continue the success because based on what I've seen and what I've been a part of, these betcasts have made us all some money. So let's see what we can do. Let's try and get it done, and let's try and have a good night. So Terry, I'll start with you as far as what you're on for today.
Quite a bit here. Well, no, actually not that bad. Columbus first period over, or both teams to score.
Okay.
I like that. I had the over 6.5, which is now the 7. Panthers team total over 4.5. Panthers team total over 5.5, which is at plus 250. Huberdeau over 1.5 assists. Voracek over half an assist. Wild team total over 3.5. Wild money line. Rangers Washington draw. Speaking of that draw, Alex, I was so happy as soon as you said you were on that draw. I'm like, yes.
Yeah, I'm on it.
And we're on the same draw.
Yeah, we do pretty well. So yeah,
good stuff.
Calgary Vancouver over.
Okay.
I know I'm against a lot of people in that one. Flames team total over 3.5 and Lindholm anytime goal.
Nice. Big card for you, Alex?
Yeah, actually it is for a pregame. So what I have right now is about to go shortly. I have Minnesota, Toronto. I have a half unit on over 2 plus 110, and I will be jumping in on over 1.5 if the opportunity arises. Trying to get that around maybe $1.40 or better. And then for the other 6 o'clock games, I have Rangers, Capitals draw. That's my best bet, plus 325. I have Columbus, Florida, both teams to score plus 135. And I didn't make anything official on Jersey, Pittsburgh, but I might play that first period over live and full game over live when it adjusts.
So it sounds like we're all cheering for some goals here early on.
Yeah, goals and favorites. It seems like that's kind of the theme for the night.
Goals and favorites. All right, let's bring in Vito. Vito, in the late night hour.
Vito, how's it going?
Man, what's up, brother? How's it going?
All cool. I'm excited for another betcast here. Gonna be on for like an hour, I think. Then I
wonderful. We appreciate you staying up till the crack of dawn, being with us, man. That's dedication, and we truly do appreciate it.
Yeah, I always watch actually like the first games usually. If it goes good, then I kind of can fall asleep. If it doesn't go good, I cannot fall asleep.
You got to bet the late games,
right?
Show us that jersey, Vito. It looks nice.
Yeah, it is.
What did they say?
That jersey.
Show
what
us
jersey?
The jersey.
That's mine. That's mine jersey, guys.
Oh, there you go. Okay.
Oh, there you go.
Big flex. That's the game there. I love it.
Is that from the coast?
That's Long Beach Bombers, California.
Okay.
Very cool.
Nice.
I played there for 6 months. Yeah.
Okay.
Awesome place. I like Long Beach. I went to Kings game, so that's the only game I have watched live. So that was like 3 years ago. Yeah.
I grew up as a kid at the Long Beach. They had a team called the Ice Dogs in the old International Hockey League, and I watched that team play for a couple of years. So shout out to Long Beach with that. But that's awesome, man. That's cool.
We practiced in Ducks Arena.
Okay.
Cool.
Practice arena. Yeah,
Mm-hmm. Practice arena.
Nice.
Yeah, with 3 ice rings there, or 3. I think 3 ices, or 2. I think even they have 3 ices in the rink.
Yeah. Nice.
Yeah.
Andrew, somebody's asking in the chat, what do you have plays on as we get ready for like puck drop's probably going to be like seconds now with the early games, but what are you on?
Yeah, I mean, I'm cheering on some overs as well. One play I really liked today was the Florida first period puck line. Okay. You just see how like incredibly high favorites they are,
Yeah.
And even the puck line was a crazy price. The team total over 3.5 was a crazy price. And I was able to get -110 for the first period puck line for Florida. So just kind of isolating them in the first period. All they got to do is win that one. I'm on the over in the Minnesota-Toronto game. And when TJ Oshie got slotted in, I'll tell you what, guys, I hate taking overs when I'm going up against Shesterkin. But I just put a small bet there on the over in the Capitals-Rangers game as well. So, and I'm on the Bruins in regulation against the Seattle Kraken. That's what I've got so far pregame.
Right.
But we'll see what we get going here. We're always jumping in on some different things, Alex. So it's
for sure. Yeah, no, I mean, and even with the betcast on Tuesday, we all had quite a few live plays, and we kind of touched on it with the show today, where it wasn't so much that all of them hit. I mean, I actually had a losing night for live wagers on Tuesday, but we were all getting the best of the number and at the right time. I referenced, Andrew, you got that over with Toronto Columbus literally like seconds before a goal went in. Same thing happened with Ian. Me and Ian were both on that half goal over in the second period of that Flyers and Blues game, which is a great number considering that the chances that were there in the second period. So we always talk about that with pregame bets about right side and just didn't hit. Getting the right side and the right number in live wagering is worth a little bit more. Obviously, you want everything to win, but if you're getting the right timing down in live betting, that's more than half the battle, to be honest.
Yeah.
So, and that's the thing we kind of try to preach with these live betcasts and so forth.
Talking about live betting, guys, I think we have to take a look at Panthers and Jackets at the moment, 0-0, already 5 minutes in the game.
Really? Okay. Let's see. 5 minutes into the game already?
Four.
Oh, okay. All right. Yeah, I see
now.
Okay.
It started. Like right
I know
away.
that. I know
that period over already -120.
Exactly.
Wow.
There's a big value already. So,
I'll jump in with that right now. I already have both teams to score. So.
5 minutes in, and we're already locked in. With
That's significant, and that's the thing. And we talked about that on the show. We said, this game, the numbers are screaming at us, telling them, there's going to be goals from start to finish. But you have these numbers sometimes with sevens, even 7.5, which it never hit 7.5 as far as I know. But you will see sometimes all of a sudden the teams just kind of lock down and they don't do anything. And now all of a sudden the numbers kind of fluctuate back to what we're normally seeing. 6.5 full game over -$1.25. Now you get -$1.15 in the first period over. That's,
I got -110. I'm locked in. So I'm in. Yeah. Good call, Vito. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just want to shout out to Kyle, to David. We got Nick. He's cheering for unders tonight, so we're against Nick here, Earl Sports Bet. So Joe, KP, everybody tuning in, Marcos, we appreciate you guys. Yes. We're trying to do these a lot more. Some of them might be a little more exciting where we're going crazy. Some of them might be a little more laid back. But looking forward to hopefully getting fired up by that's what brings the energy for me. I'm in a pretty chill mood right now.
Yeah, we got a Devils goal already. Yeah, that's the first goal tonight. So the first period over, I was trying to look for that adjusted, and that's gone already. We got 3 games in play. So Jersey up 1-0 with 17 minutes gone in the first. Columbus, Florida, and then Washington Rangers has dropped the puck as well. So we're waiting for wild leaps of the last 6 o'clock starts.
Yeah, they just got underway. So,
so everything's in
play. Every
right
game's going. I think this Capitals Rangers game is going to be a real good one. Real good one.
Yeah, I do too.
I think I have a little bit patience with this Florida and Columbus game. I get it at like 5.5 soon. Then I go
15:40 left.
Yeah, I'm waiting too.
It's $6.5, $15. So give it maybe probably 2.5 minutes. It will start. You'll see 5.5. It'll open around 1:40, and then it'll start dropping from there. So, and I know Vito, you do a lot of live wagering. Have you found a pattern that you can kind of correlate, or at least matriculate to where you see a number move? Let's talk about, we see a 6 or 6.5, but you're waiting for that 5.5. Have you been able to kind of track and see? Because I know for first period overs, I tend to see where, let's say it's a 2, I'll see it go to 1.5 and it'll open like -210, in that range, and then it will start dropping from there to about 170 to then 150, 140, 130. Have you been able to find a pattern of what a number drops to when there's no scoring?
The thing is, I have all numbers. I can bet like.
Oh, I got you. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, so you can bet into anything. You don't have just a fixated number. You can bet multiple options with a first period or.
I have all. I have like over 2.5 now available for the full game. It's like, of course, it's like 1 point. No, it's not no odds there, But the number. Well, now in my book, over 5 and over 6. I have over 6 on my book now.
Over 6. I think we just lost Alex. We'll get him back in here in a second. But he was either thinking really hard about something, or he just froze.
I think he clicked, perhaps and maybe switched off the link.
Yeah, either that or he's like really hardcore debating something in his head. But what's up, Nick? What's going on with you, man?
Not too much. I really like the slate tonight. I think that this is going to be an interesting slate.
Yeah, only team on the board so far is the Devils.
Which is nice.
You on the Devils?
First period plus 200.
On the money line. Right on.
Mm-hmm.
Awesome.
Let's go.
That's great. They always give the Penguins a tough go out the gate, don't you think? I mean, that's probably why you took it, one of the reasons. But
yeah,
the Devils are a good
really
first period team.
Recently.
Yeah, they just can't play a full 60.
Yeah, that's why I took the first period, not the full game. But I can easily see this be 4-2 at the end of the game where the Penguins win, but it's like 1-0 at the end of the first.
To me, we always say, like, with the Mitch Marner prop and that kind of stuff, like, the VIG is okay to lay if it's a prop that's hitting. But it started to get so ridiculous with the odds for that first period over with the Devils. I couldn't do it as much anymore. So I was still getting involved with it a little bit, but you lose 1 or 2 minus 160s, 170s, and it's not really worth it as much anymore.
Yeah.
But so what's your action tonight, Nick?
Let's get up my thing here.
Oh no, it's that much you have to look at it.
No, I was going on because I'm on BetStamp, so I was getting up all my plays here. Devils first period at the plus 200 and the under 6.5 with Leafs and Wild. Under 7, but that was before they announced with Johansson, with the Panthers and the Blue Jackets. Under 6 for the early game here with the Rangers and the Capitals as well. I just saw today as one of those days where I think that unders are going to be hitting at a little bit higher clip than recently, because my numbers were shouting for regression from all these overs. So I'm on a few unders. I'm on a few overs later in the night, but the early games are nothing but unders for me.
So you're cheering for no goals, and we're cheering for goals.
Yep, should be fun.
Wouldn't be fun if everyone would be on the same side.
Yeah. Well, it's no fun if everyone comes on here and agrees on everything. You need some type of fight back, right?
Well, as long as we can somehow at a certain
True.
point, we got to get into the same bet.
Yeah.
It's always fun. Like the other day when we all hopped on, I can't remember what it was, but I don't know. I think we were all at some point on something to do with St. Louis. Like that was fun.
Yeah, it was. Yeah. What's everyone drinking tonight? I got to lead off. I bought some bullshit from the liquor store today called Cayman Jack. It's basically like a mojito, like a pre-mixed mojito.
Nice.
I didn't want to get beer. It's mid-range.
I have a yogurt, bro.
Yogurt? Is that legitimately? Is that a carton of yogurt?
Well, like in Europe,
It's like Yop. You know what Yop is, Alex?
Like drinking yogurt. Yeah.
Do you know that, Vito?
Wow,
Yop?
Devils scored again.
Oh,
Wow,
really?
2-0 Devils.
2-0 New Jersey.
Whoa. Okay.
Alex, did you hear about Bob McKenzie, right?
Yeah.
Do you hear about his drink?
Broad again. I think it was Jesper Broad again, by the way.
Oh, both goals? Okay.
I
Wow,
think.
same guy.
No, I haven't heard that. What's his drink?
Yeah, man. Him and his son are running it. It's actually hilarious. So before he retired from TSN, now he just does like draft specials and like World Junior stuff
Right.
for TSN. But he always like had a nickname for himself. He called himself.
Panthers scored. Fuck.
Panthers. Yes.
Panthers.
Yes.
Okay.
But he called himself
There we go.
Bobby Margarita. And so in Canada, we have them already. at most provinces, and it's like this big green can, and it's just like, yeah, it's a
Pre-mixed
tall
margarita.
can of margarita.
Oh,
Weird.
there you go. Nah, see, I'm down for that. I'm up for that. That's
I've heard they're really salty though.
Oh, see, if I order a margarita at a place, I don't want salt in the rim.
No,
you know, a little salt in the drink, but not on the, because it gets crazy. They get crazy. You want to put all the rock salt in the rim, and you know, I got high blood pressure. So
and Jesper Bratt scored the first goal for them.
Yeah. First, so the first and second is that's what Nick said.
Second one I don't see yet. I know that they scored the third one.
No way. Did MDR say Columbus scored?
I don't know.
Really?
I think it was a mistake. 3-0 Devils.
Yeah.
Wow.
Holy shit. Wow.
Whoa. Okay.
Devils.
That's a shock. I mean, they were the ones getting run out of the building early in the first. A couple weeks was that before the break where was it Dallas that kind of lit them up for 5 early, but here Tristan Jarry having an off night, and it's 3-0 New Jersey.
Yeah.
well, at least the Devils' first period looks good. I think the under's dead in that game though.
Yeah, probably.
I'll take a plus 200 though. There, I'm okay with that.
I don't
Actually, yeah, that would be an interesting game. I think Pittsburgh will get some goals back definitely on this Gillies.
I have a slight hunch Nico Dawes probably won't have a shutout tonight. I could be wrong, but
What? No, this guy's less than that caliber, right? Where Nico Dawes for Vezina? Well, no, it's still Aaron Dell, right?
Oh, yeah. Let's see.
Well, I thought the Devils were going to show up. I didn't know it was going to be that much.
All right.
Yeah, good call, Nick.
I'm going to ask you what my favorite drink is. My favorite drink, that's hard to nail down because I drink a lot of stuff. I love champagne. That's usually like my go-to. But I also do whiskey. I do have some Jameson Black Barrel here tonight, so I'll be doing shots of that. But it's kind of whatever it's mood and temperature and time. Summertime, I'll do a few mimosas. Wintertime, I like to get into my scotch and whiskey kind of thing. I like gin every now and then as well. So it's just whatever the mood feels like.
Just depends. Yeah, to me, it's completely different on what the setting is.
Yeah, I mean that's the thing. It's like you don't want, because I have friends who not even friends. I have family members who they're like, this is the one thing I drink. Like my mom, vodka, Kettle One vodka, a little bit of cranberry juice, no matter what day it is. And it's just like I just can't drink that in the middle of winter. And usually if it's a good vodka, I'd rather have it straight on over ice. But
yeah, I'm a vodka guy too.
Yeah,
I used to do the whiskey, but it messed me up too much. So
whiskey's tried to. There's a reason I switched to Jameson Black Barrel, because regular Jameson, if I had just $1 for every shot I've ever done, it's honestly I had to switch to something a little heavier, kind of slow me down a bit. But college was a wild time. Played in the band. I drank a lot. So
Vito, I know you had some fun when you were in the Coast League, man.
No, we didn't drink so much actually in the United States, man. Because I was like 18 years old or 19 ego. So
okay, but I mean, so you didn't drink. You didn't drink a whole lot, or you really didn't drink a whole lot?
No, we actually could not. When I was in El Paso, the first club that was like former champions of that league, and there was very strict there. It was like tests and no drinking or nothing at all.
Oh, okay, I got you. Okay.
Then I got traded to Seattle, and in Seattle there was a free schedule. I mean, you smoke or you do whatever you want.
Yeah, shout out to Seattle Jet Life.
I had some issues with my billet family there.
Yeah.
So I got some stuff with nanny. So because of that, I got kicked out from billet family.
Oh, I got you.
I was hanging out with her.
When you told me that story, I just I'm pretty sure it was late at night, and I just you said it so seriously. I was like, am I allowed to laugh, or is this not? Is this I was like, Vito, can I laugh at this? Or
yeah, man, that was funny, bro.
Yeah, you said it so. You're like, yeah, I was hanging with the nanny, so if there's ever a way to get kicked out of a billet family's house, that might be.
Yeah.
That might be it right there.
Yeah, man, it was nice there. Actually, it was very nice, but it was tough. It was tough to play there. It was practices every morning, 7 a.m. It was like not in real NHL team because coach was very strict and he was like the manager of this ice rink in El Paso. That was the only hockey team there. We only had some football team, Chihuahuas, I think, or something like that.
Okay.
And,
like American football or soccer?
And now college football.
Okay.
Yeah, Chihuahuas. So, and anyways, and he made this ice rink very popular. We had like 2K fans coming. The league was not like the very great league, but we had very big fan base, and so yeah, it was pretty nice team there. And then the Seattle was like last team in the league, like in NHL, the Kraken. So when I got traded there was nothing to do there. That was bullshit. Then I asked to be traded to different team. Then they traded me to this team in Bombers Long Beach. So I finished the season there.
Okay.
Something like that. Yeah.
Oh, you requested a trade? What did they say when
you diva? That Seattle club was too very bad, man. Like we had different coach every practice, bro.
Right.
What is that, man? Different coach every practice. And then on the game day, there's the head coach, something like that.
Well,
so Vito,
for Nick. Sorry, Alex.
I was going to say one quick thing I'll ask you. With you playing here in the States, what was your favorite thing to eat when you lived here?
The first I liked in El Paso, this Panda Express, man.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Panda Express, nice. All
yeah, right. Man. And then there was this Chipotle, yeah.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah, Chipotle. Nice. And then there's like yeah. And then there was many other, man. I liked everything. These burgers also was all nice. But yeah, those are best ones. Panda Express and the Chipotle, I guess.
Nice. Yeah, no,
Alex, I can't believe it. My guy who I sent the pick, Panthers first period, is chirping me saying I'm a White Claw guy. My guy Abdul.
Yeah, no,
one of my good buddies.
Whoa.
And then if you scroll up the comments, he says, "I'm just mostly a Bailey's drinker," and he's chirping me about
right.
White Claw.
Yeah, like Bailey's, like if you aren't drinking we drink Bailey's on St. Patty's Day in our Irish car bombs. We're not drinking Bailey's like as a regular.
No,
like, that's not what we're doing.
My brother in the chat asking if I'm getting to the old Smoky tonight. Maybe.
Oh yeah, see, shout out to Moonshine.
Yeah, I have. I have two sitting in my refrigerator and now getting cold for tonight.
The peach one? Are you down with the peach one?
I have a grape and a black cherry sitting in my. So
my jam is I'll get the peaches. I'll take the peaches out, put it with a little champagne, and then put a shot of the peach moonshine in that. That's. If I had to
ask Nick, do you usually during the day have like some of those beaming lights that light up your background? I used to have a background just like yours, and like I found those were so hard to light up that it was so bright that at night I just wouldn't use them. Like, do you have one of those lights that you put on sometimes?
I have this type of light. I have a ring light behind my laptop. That's how I have the light. Because I had like one of these tiny little lights and they didn't do anything, and my lamp, whatever, my apartment from this room doesn't work, so I needed some type of light. So yeah, I have a ring light behind me.
I feel like that's like a podcast video like conference call for sure about how we do our lighting, because I'm running on 2 lights right now, which is less than what I usually do, but it's been an issue trying to get light bulbs that aren't like energy efficient here. Like you can't just buy like everything's like, you have like 60 watt, 75 watt bulbs. You can't really find that in stores. They're trying to like, be responsible for the earth. I get it. We got to save the earth. But they're like, if a 45 watt bulb's not going to help me when I'm trying to do a show, So.
Guys, maybe any thoughts on Toronto and Minnesota Wild? I mean, it's only
halfway through, no score. I haven't jumped in on that over 1.5 yet because nothing's happened.
The Wild have 3 shots. Toronto has 0.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying, right? Yeah, there's not much offense being generated, so I probably will just kind of go down with that over 2. I mean, hopefully something changes and I can push it, but it was still 1-0 with Panthers with about 6.5 left in the first.
I think I will jump in after first period in some games.
It's funny because I have the Panthers first period, but I really need
the Rangers scored, I think.
There we go. But I need that first period over though.
Right.
Now I have both. So it's kind of funny because I pretty much need the Panthers to score both. I realized because my pregame bet is the first period puck line for Panthers. So realistically, unless the Panthers get the next one, I'll only go 1-1, and I really want to hit my pre. I'll be honest, guys. I care a lot more about my pregame bets than I do about.
Oh, for sure. No, and
especially because I've got people relying on me for the picks. So
right, yeah.
I feel that.
You can finish 2-1, and you still will win that bet. I mean, no.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bunting hits a post.
How much time's left, Vito? Let me see.
6 minutes.
Yeah.
Oh, they can score easily, man.
Yeah.
Berube.
Well, do you
I wonder
think
how long
Berube
we should wait for the Wild and Leafs game over.
I'm seeing over a half a goal at 175. I might wait a few more minutes, and I don't do this often. I don't like to chase, but I might double up and see if I can get lucky with one goal, and then just wipe out this. This is the one time where I would do that because a half goal I just need one, and this what 9? We're looking at 850 something left. So,
well, the other night was so funny because Ian just didn't care. He was just like, "Yeah, so I've got the over 6, 5.5, 4.5, and the team total for the Blues."
He literally
was
just turned,
all
like
in.
I said, he turned it into a lightning bet. And I'm just like you're lightning betting the over, in the reverse way. But yeah, and then, I mean, shit, it almost got there. Like it kept climbing up at the end. So,
well, I got so lucky with that empty netter hitting over 4.5.
Yeah.
I remember everybody was on the over in that game and I almost called a Binnington shutout in that game on Terry's show.
Well, you know what? Everyone's been talking crap about him, so
exactly.
I'm sure
that's exactly my idea behind that. It could be similar to Mrazek tonight.
That's, I think, sometimes good when you actually bet like these games sometimes early, because I bet at Blues early and I saw this Binnington. I needed to trust him, he played better game.
Abdul is saying that Andrew needs a shotgun of beer. I said we've all left college a long time ago, so we're not going to shotgun it.
No, I haven't.
Oh yeah, Nick's still in.
So all right, Nick might shotgun a beer.
I don't shotgun beers though.
I haven't. Yeah, I haven't. Last time I shotgun a beer, I was on a patio at a friend's house, 5 years ago.
I'd rather funnel. I'd rather funnel a beer.
And I never did that either. Oh, I actually have a really. I probably shouldn't even tell that story on the air. Nothing illegal or anything, but the last time I did a keg stand, I was at a party, and these guys, I'm a pretty big dude. I'm around 250. They were struggling to lift me up, and so I was like 3/4 of the way up when they were doing this keg stand, and it just didn't end up well. So yeah, there's things like that. I mean, listen, I love drinking games as much as anybody, but the shotgunning, I don't know. That was never my jam.
No.
A few times. So.
Yeah, so one of my shows said they would do a shoey.
Jesus.
Somebody was asking. Somebody said, "Oh, will you do a shoey if your team loses or whatever?"
If the Canadians beat the Leafs, that's what Money Max said.
Oh, wait, you know what, Andrew? Honestly, that would be the greatest. Do the Leafs and Habs play again this year?
Oh yeah, they say a lot. They actually that was only their second meeting of the season.
Okay, you need to challenge because is Prez on your show anymore?
Oh yeah, of course, man. He still thinks the Leafs. I'll never forget. We had a phone call before last year's playoffs, and he was just like explaining to me how much better the Leafs were and how the Habs have no chance.
If you can figure out a way to convince him to where you guys put a bet.
He doesn't drink though. That's the thing.
Oh, that's right. I forget.
He doesn't
That's
drink.
right. He doesn't drink at all. At all. That's right. I was just saying, get him to do a shoey on air. If he did a shoey on, if you guys made that bet and he did a shoey on air, I would donate $100 to his favorite charity. I would kill to see that, honestly. Personally, shout out to Prez. No hatred on that. Prez is just the biggest fucking Leafs fan in the world, and he's just he's living Terry. If Prez was on right now with this being Toronto, Minnesota, he would be chirping you endlessly. Because not even at you because you're a Wild fan, but it's just that's his Leafs. You're
how can you be a Wild fan?
Right. He loves his Leafs. It's awesome.
Vito knows.
The World just cashed their both teams to score bet in the first period for the Panthers game. The World just scored that. The world just hit that. So
short-handed.
There we go. Yeah, you're right. The world is that.
Thank you,
Both
Columbus.
teams to score. That was a great bet, man. They will lower
Wow.
that value soon.
Yeah, good call, guys.
Yeah.
I cashed the over 1.5, but now I need the Panthers to score again.
All right. Which you could
5
still probably
minutes.
get with about 5.5 left.
That is awesome.
Man, I swear, whenever you bet against the Blue
Oh,
Jackets,
Line.
just take Line for insurance, like in blackjack.
Yeah.
Nobody really likes
right now, he's
insurance,
hot.
but
I wonder how does John Tortorella feel about Line getting on this hot streak?
yeah.
Like, how does he truly feel? Like, not what he would say on TV. Like, what are his real internal thoughts about that?
Well, let's be honest here. He's done better than Dubois, I think.
For
Recently,
sure.
anyway.
Yeah.
Dubois has been decent in Winnipeg, but he's not been Lane.
No, right. Yeah, he's not going to be Line. Like, that's not,
No.
No.
Wild penalty. High sticking.
Okay. Shoot. So no score in the Wild game, but Leafs are going on the power play. 1-0 Rangers. 1-1 Jackets and Panthers, and then 3-0 Jersey. Score update.
So Jersey actually with 12 shots, right? Pence 7 shots only.
Terry, your mic cut off or something, man? I haven't heard you talk all night. You started
Well,
the betcast off with us. You haven't said a word.
Okay.
I have the game on and I have it loud, so obviously I don't want it to come on the stream. So we'll just kind
You're
of
on the betcast, man.
I know.
I remember how he was celebrating.
He came on the betcast and muted his microphone.
Terry, I meant to ask you on Tuesday, and I can ask you now. You have the same background. Is that the rendering of XL Energy Center behind you? Because I'm looking at like the layout, and obviously I know it because I walk down. So I literally live behind where like where that blue building is. I live like maybe 3 or 4 blocks past that, and so I'm looking at that photo, and I'm like that doesn't look like the full render. Like there's all those trees in front of the XL in front are gone of like 7th Street. So I just wondered like where you got that
on
photo.
Google.
Okay.
I searched on Google XL Energy Center.
Yeah.
And I like to change. I'm going to change up the picture once a week for my show.
Okay.
So
Because I saw that the other day, and I kept looking at that photo. I'm like, when were there that many trees in front of XL Center? I'm like, that had to be like, I've been here 13 years. I'm like, that had to be like when they first opened or something. Because there's definitely not that much greenery in front. In fact, they actually have like a tent. Like a little like plastic tent thing that you walk into before you go into the stadium now, right in that front entrance. Because all right, over on the other side, like wrapped around at the back end, so where you're leaning over,
yeah,
you have to go all the way around there. There's only one box office, and it's all the way in the back. So it's a pain in the ass. So I have to come down the front street, go all the way around if I have tickets to the box office. Like it's the most obnoxious thing that they have that set up that way. So,
I hope to one day get to go there.
I would say, you ever come to St. Paul, let me know for sure. We'll have to go to a game. It's you'll have a blast. I'll take you to Allery's, which is the official Chicago Bears bar of St. Paul, but it's also the official Wild bar of downtown. And they have shuttles that take you from there down 7th Street, which is on this side of the screen to the front of the stadium. So,
sounds good. Yeah, I have a bunch of people in Minnesota that want me to come down. It's like one day and then
Okay.
COVID hit, and
but it's a good time though. And even if you come in the summer, like I mean, there's no hockey, but you know we got baseball. We got the St. Paul Saints downtown too. So
yeah, maybe we'll see a Twins and a White Sox game.
that would be actually awesome. If we have Major League Baseball,
Yeah, who knows what's going to happen with that?
Yeah, that's a mess. And I'm like, of course, the Sox are probably one of the best teams in baseball right now. And
So are the Mets. So yeah, probably.
Yeah, yeah.
Come on, the Blue Jays are pretty good now. Come on,
They're good.
I know.
The Blue Jays are good.
The Mets always choke too, though. You can't say the Mets don't always choke too.
I'm a Mets fan. I'm allowed to have some type of resemblance of hope, though. So
for sure. Well, yeah. Well, you guys made a World Series, so
if the Blue Jays were at home all last year, they made the playoffs. No doubt in my mind.
Well, wait, weren't they crushing the ball in Buffalo too, though?
it was in Florida. right?
Yeah, but they
Oh,
changed.
no, that's
they went
right. No,
from
you're right.
Florida
You're right.
then
They
to
were in
Buffalo,
Florida,
That's
then
right.
back.
Yeah. But when they were in
They were the
Buffalo, like
Red
they
Birds.
were like, that Buffalo park was like a shoebox. So.
All right, I got my buddy Christian in here asking the round table a question. I got to get everybody to give their answer here. Which
Next
NHL
year.
team takes their biggest step next year? Terry, I'll start with you. No pressure or anything at all.
Yeah, I started to say first, eh?
I had to start with the guy that said the least
I'm
tonight
going-
so far.
I can go as well.
I would probably say, I want to say Anaheim, but they're already kind of good.
I was going to say, please don't say the Wild.
No, the Wild are obviously good. They can't really take a
Anaheim?
much bigger of a step. Yeah,
I have 2.
yeah. I think Anaheim's going to be
Vito?
good.
Well, I think the smartest way is to take team which is not good at the moment, right? So I think Ottawa Senators is definitely one of them.
Ottawa.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's a good
A
pick.
lot of people like them.
Alex?
I'm gonna say the LA Kings because I mean they're exceeding expectations already. But I thought what they're doing now is what they would do next year. So where they are right now, if they can be like maybe sneak in and get a wild card spot, then who knows what they can do next year? They're gonna have more free cap space. I think Quick will be off the books, so they can go Peterson officially. They can get another 1B for the goalie and maybe do something offensive wise. I think the LA Kings might be legit.
What do you think, Nick?
Kyle Spencer beat me to it. The Red Wings.
Red Wings, yeah, it's a
Yeah.
popular pick. Red
Yeah.
Wings.
I would just
Yeah.
wanted to change my answer.
They're building a
I-
good future.
Red Wings.
Something like that.
I can see New Jersey as well. If they go out and get a goaltender, they got a decent young core. They're similar to Detroit. They're just a little bit lower than Detroit.
As a Hawks fan, I hate to say it, but I think Detroit might actually be really good again pretty soon. So.
Yeah.
That's true. That's true.
And then on the flip side, who takes the biggest fall next year? Who falls off the most next year?
Hawks will be a lottery pick next year. With no
Are
Jonathan
they actually
Taves.
going to do the rebuild though?
Yeah.
Like,
they're
are they
gonna
actually gonna
blow that up. Yeah, it's gonna be bad. I believe Taves will be done after this season.
Taves is still playing? I can't tell.
Yeah, right, exactly. That's my point. Yeah, he will be officially done at the end of the year. And I've said a lot of things, and I hope I'm wrong with this one. Something tells me that the Hawks are going to make a really dumb move and trade Patrick Kane in the middle of next season. And that's when everything's going to fall apart, and we'll be a lottery team. We'll probably have the number 2 pick after that. So, yeah, just a forewarning. I won't be on the show the day Patrick Kane gets traded because that whatever I say will probably not even be good for even YouTube. So. I'll be beyond pissed off.
No, what if you guys
as
get
mad
it?
as I
What if
was
you guys-
today? That's nothing to be compared to what if Patrick Kane gets traded. So
Yeah.
What if you guys get a
I
good
like
haul, though?
Pobody's answer for a team that'll take a big step next year.
what do you say?
He likes the Islanders.
Okay, but
Golden Slow Islanders.
But they had expectations heading into this year. So
they've literally been the back-to-back conference finals.
yeah.
Like
Wild power play.
in the last 3 years. Wild on power play. Okay. Yeah, so you can't really. I don't
No.
know.
I'm actually about to expose my
having
friend
a
right
bad
now.
season,
My guy
that's the
literally just said that it was a bubble Mickey Mouse finals appearance because of the bubble. That guy literally went with me to Montreal last year. We were at the game. How was it a bubble?
I mean, okay, yeah,
How was it a bubble last year?
It wasn't a bubble, but it was an alternate universe of a season.
But
And I mean,
nobody could tell me the Habs would have been worse with 21,000 screaming fans. I doubt they would have been a worse.
they would have been
team.
they would have been better. Honestly.
No,
Yeah.
but what if they had to play a Tampa Bay or a Florida in the first round rather than a Toronto and then Winnipeg?
Oh, of course, they definitely would have been a lot more difficult for them. But
Yeah, I think that's what he was trying to get at rather than
oh yeah,
is
yeah.
a bubble.
But that's also why the Leafs. I mean, the Leafs had the best excuse. The Leafs had the best opportunity ever.
Absolutely.
That was
They
the Leafs'
definitely
year,
can.
and everybody out there thinks I love to bash on the Leafs, which I do. But that was their year. I mean, they had it all set up. The weakest division. Everybody clowned the North Division, right?
If any team in the last 2 years could be called fraudulent, I would honestly say it's the Dallas Stars. That Western Conference championship run was about as fraudulent as you can get. I'd say they're more frauds than Montreal last year. Because they're not.
Nobody's perfect. Says the divisions were in a bubble. Habs would not have been in the playoffs. Yes, and the Leafs also wouldn't have been first in their division.
Exactly.
Yeah.
You know, we could
say
all kinds of.
That is true. The Leafs wouldn't have been in the playoffs 2 years in a row if it wasn't for the bubble and the pandemic.
Exactly.
We have to say that. You know, the Hawks made the playoffs in one round because of the bubble. So, you know, we do have to kind of realize take that for what it is. But
looks like we're at the intermissions at all these games.
Of everything.
Other than Wild and Maple Leafs, which have 2 minutes left.
Right.
Devils first period.
But I will say I think Detroit would be my team as well. I think Detroit, but I do like LA. The problem is with LA is it's hard to really predict them to get better because a lot of their players are vets. Like they've got a lot. Yeah. They've got an.
I think they're sneaky
core.
this year to make a run. Like they may win a series in the playoffs. The Kings.
Here's the thing about LA. Yeah, they're vets, but they're going to come off the books clean. Like they're not buying anybody out. Like so when those guys are gone, they have a ton of cap space. They'll have cap space where the Wild.
No. As soon as you said cap.
Parise and Suter, their cap hits happen next year. That's why the Wild are going to buy in.
$12.5+ million for the next 3 years, at least $12.5 million in dead cap money. That's unheard of in this post lockout era. So, but the Wild, for what it's worth, they have drafted well and they have a ton of talent in Iowa offensively. Talbot comes off the books, which is why I've always been talking about Talbot getting traded. They could possibly, if Kakkonen isn't ready to be a number one, they could sign another 1A, 1B type goalie. Wild are in better shape than I thought they would be because I thought last year I'm like, oh, it's all or nothing. Now they actually have something they can build upon, but they're still going to be strapped for cash, and they might have to make some weird moves at some point if they need to do something at the deadline the next couple of years. So.
What happens to the Hawks though, Alex? Like.
Well, if you don't go into the upper offices of 1901 West Madison, that's a whole different story. But as far as on the ice, Jeremy Colliton should have got fired a couple of years ago. If Derek King had started this season, and worked with the guys during preseason, maybe they're halfway decent. Maybe they're Dallas or Winnipeg in the middle of the road, but they didn't, and they got off to a shitty start, and they just couldn't fight out of it.
Yeah,
that's a long and short of it. Taves, we thought Taves would be back to normal. He's not. He said he looks like he's on his last leg. Kane's playing his ass off. I just saw a stat the other day where it says Kane, he averages 2 slot passes per game, like high danger chances. Like he's still one of the best facilitators in hockey. But
I saw that.
No one's finishing. DeBrincat can't score 90 goals. And maybe we possibly have Artemi Panarin if we had fired our idiot GM, years ago when he should have been fired. So it's all trickle down at this point with the Hawks. It doesn't last forever. So this year's draft, not a lot that I've heard so far. Because I don't follow junior hockey that closely. Like Andrew probably knows 1,000 times more about what's going on in juniors than I do.
Next year, you want a good draft pick next year.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, that's the kind of funny thing. Of course, the Canadians are having a bad year, and then this is like a weaker draft than it is next year.
Yeah. So that's the thing. But the Hawks, that's the other thing with the Hawks why they might take a step back because they don't have anything in the farm system. Drew Comesso, once he leaves BC, he'll go to Rockford. And hopefully he doesn't get screwed up in Rockford because that has not been like a safe haven for goalies. Colin Delia looked like he was going to be something special. He's not. So that's the one thing I worry about. But other than that, and Lucas Reichel is going to be a full-time player next year. The Hawks they're going to have to spend money again when they have money to spend. Once again, they're going to be stuck with dead cap space. And hopefully, like I said, I'm hoping at this point Taves retires because that's about $11.5 million off the books. So,
all right, guys, I just jumped in on a bet here for the second period, Wild and Leafs. I took both teams to score plus 120.
Okay, that's a good one. Over 1.5 is at minus 200 for those who don't have that prop readily available. Jackets Panthers, we're seeing 6.5 minus 185. And this is exactly what I was talking about on the show. If you watched the show earlier today, I said you're probably going to have some of these totals locked. So I'm seeing second. Okay, now it's open, but second period total over 2.5 plus 120 was locked for a bit. Now it's opened up again. So I don't know what caused that. But we're gonna see these books kind of react to. I don't know if it's because we got about 90 people in the chat, so we're all on different books. I'm sure around the world. And I don't know if that's triggering things, but we saw it Tuesday where things were locked. We couldn't bet anything in intermission. Oh, shout out Old Smoky.
Hell yeah!
I'll shoot it. I got a little Jameson in the shot glass. I'll shoot it.
I'll be back in a few minutes, guys. Need to go out to the garage.
Okay.
Be back, guys.
Needs to relax before the second period.
I can't, man. This is this is hilarious. I literally was tripping him for not talking that much, and he's gonna get quieter on me. He's gonna get quieter. This is like when you have that friend that you haven't, that you look over at the party and they're zoned out for like 30 minutes.
Hey, how you doing? Yeah, like you all good over there? Yeah.
They're just like, yeah, I'm good.
Just chilling.
Just
live on the Betcast.
hey, smoke them if you got them, man.
Hey, I've seen a few people do that on like live streams for sports betting where they'll just be sitting there lighting one up.
I saw, in this basketball show where Ian is. I once watched Ian in this basketball show. The one dude, bro, is going crazy, man.
I know who you're talking about.
Yeah, there's one guy that does it all the time on Pub Sports Radio.
Yeah.
I can't remember his name off the top of my head right now.
Something probably because his real name isn't on there.
I've actually had him on the ESB show once.
Something fresh, something Dutch fresh or something.
No, it's not Dutch Boy Fresh.
It
was Sharpie. Thank you, Cheshire Cat. Sharpie.
I think Dutch. I think it's Dutch. His name is
Dutch.
Yeah, Sharpie.
I think I'm talking about that guy.
Dutch.
Yeah, I thought. Now at least I'm talking about that guy. Yeah.
It's Dutch, yeah.
Since you said his name, I remember.
Yeah.
Christian in the chat. Do you guys think Ian could do the gritty? All right. So like I've known Ian 11 years, and me and Ian, when we went out to Vegas, this is the funny. So I think we told this on a live cast before, but we went to a club. We went to Hyde nightclub in Las Vegas, and this is when Kelly was working there. Kelly Stewart, Kelly Vegas. Shout out to her. It was me, it was Ian, and it's Brian Edwards. So those of you in the betting circles know Brian Edwards. This is a great story. I'm just going to tell this whole story right quick because everything's an intermission. So we get to the nightclub, right? And so I'm dressed. I got like a button-down dress shirt, some nice jeans, dress shoes, or whatever. Ian and Brian are kind of wearing like polo shirts. They're kind of like a little bit more, like a little dressed down. So we're waiting in line because we're already on the list. But Brian was there in Vegas for like a week and a half. He had lost his wallet, so he didn't have an ID. So I'm like, okay, let me figure this out. Me being, Mr. Chicago City, whatever, I call this idea. I'm like, Ian, give me your ID. Give your ID to Brian. I'm going to give the bouncer a $40 handshake, and so we can get past. We did that flawlessly. I get Ian's ID back. Ian had to go back from Bellagio to Westgate to change clothes. So he comes back, change clothes. I go back outside, go in line, hand off the ID to him. Nobody sees it. He gets in fine. So $40 to get everybody in. Nobody.
Right. It's not really that bad, honestly.
No, right. We were already on the list, and it's like, and to make sure that somebody got in with no ID, like $40, that's a bargain. So then we get there, and like there's, it's a nightclub. Everybody's dancing, drinking, booze and stuff. And I'm like, in the middle of it, I'm like, hey, and this is me, single, drunk Alex. So I'm like, I'm hitting the dance floor. I'm looking over, and they're just standing there. They're just holding up the wall. Ian and Brian, they're holding up the wall. So to answer the question, no, Ian probably can't do the gritty. And if he did, we wouldn't know. He probably.
Long story short.
Yeah. Long story
Ian's more of a singer, as you guys have all found out.
Ian is definitely a singer, but he's not a dancer.
He's someone who'll go to a karaoke bar before he'll hit a dance.
Oh, yes. Yeah, for sure. But in a nightclub, he did nothing. And I looked at both of them like, you guys, I'm like, we got to know this. It cost us like $200 to get in this nightclub if we didn't know Kelly. and they're just sitting there. And Brian Edwards, shout out to him. He's like from like Georgia. He literally walked around the whole fucking time I saw him with a beer koozie. So he'd order a beer wherever he was, and he put it in this koozie.
That's like when I go down south, man. That's like what you got to do.
And I'm just like, what? I'm like, you're doing this right now, huh? He's like, yeah. He's like, gotta keep my beer cold. I guess so.
Why not?
We got a question here. Do we get paid if we join the show live?
As a guest, no, we don't have that kind of capital yet. Unfortunately. But we give you lots of love and praise.
I was gonna say, yeah, Nick might wire you like $100,000 or something like that.
What?
Per appearance? But I don't know.
Nick did promise that. So
yeah, I've got a dog to feed, and I've got bills to pay.
I can find $100,000 just laying around. My tuition will be paid for. Where is it?
Guys, I'm thinking now, since Andrew, you are on both teams to score, right? Leafs and Wild in the second period.
Yeah.
I'm just checking now in the full game over, guys. Your books have 4.5.
Yeah, but it's -140, so I'm gonna wait until it's better.
Yeah, all right. Yeah, watching the same thing.
Actually, you know what? Let's send it.
Well, that's a great bet, I think, man. Even if it's 2-2, it cashes automatically, right?
I'm gonna send it. Yeah, I'm gonna send it. Let's do it. Let's get in, boys.
I'm sticking with my under, so I'm not going to do that.
You don't want a middle, Nick?
That one.
I don't like
that'd be a boss middle.
Both teams seem to have really come to play defensively.
But they will open up the game. I think they will open up the game. These teams cannot play all 3 periods defensively. That's the thing. They can. Yeah.
See, I can see the opposite because we saw in the beginning of the season, Toronto did pretty well playing defensive hockey. Like that was something that they really specialized in, was the defensive hockey. So I can see them going back to that, trying to get off this little slump here.
Well, I watched the first period. There was a few good chances to score, to be honest.
To be honest, all I have is my live odds up. I'm not watching any games. I just have the live odds up.
Vito, are you in the garage too, man? What are you doing?
No, bro. I have like 3. I have TV and 2 PCs, and watching the games there. So I just switched to my phone.
More watching.
And I switch off the light. It's like late, but I always watch like this. So I'm in the bed. I'm just watching the game.
I don't blame you, man. I'm just messing with you.
Nothing wrong with trips to the garage. Nothing wrong at all.
So big second period, Terry. Big second period, right?
Yeah. I don't know. I'm hoping the Wild.
Who you see scoring? Who you see scoring from Wild today?
I don't know.
Who is stepping up in this hard game?
Hopefully, Boldy.
All right.
I have Boldy to win the Calder, so the more the Boldy does, the best for me.
Where is Kirill Kaprizov? That's the question. Because this guy's he's been on a disappearing act for a little bit.
But Zuccarello is with him together, right? Yeah. So they played. Yeah, they both look very good in some moments. Like they both can. And passing.
I'm not trashing the guy. Like it's a sophomore year, and he exceeded expectations. I don't forget.
I think it was 12 games before he scored. His first goal was in overtime against Ottawa.
And he's a playmaker. He's a playmaker. Like that thing. I think people got caught up and thought he was going to be this 30, 40 goal guy. He's not. Yeah. He's going to be 20 goals and he's going to be Joe Thornton. At his height, he'll be Joe Thornton. 20 goals, 90 assists.
Who?
Joe Thornton.
No. Kaprizov?
Kaprizov.
Well, right now he's like
players in the league don't like him. Apparently, not don't like him, but they're they don't like how he was in the league for 1 year and then he debated his contract pretty much because it's just not a good look. Like Drew Doughty was like, who's that? Like the overpaid guy from Minnesota. Like people aren't liking him because he was threatening to go back to Russia.
He's already the 4th best player in Wild history in 1 year.
So, he has 62 points. Matthews also has 62 points. Right?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So
he's the best player to ever wear a Wild jersey.
Okay, all right. You can say that. I think
it's too early to decide
Well,
that.
he
No.
probably will be.
definitely
Terry, he
no.
probably will be, but it's too early to say that
Right now, it's Gaborik. It's Gaborik, and then it's Koivu.
Koivu, no? Koivu.
No.
Or no?
Koivu?
It's too early,
no.
Terry. It's only his second year. How could you
No,
say
I
that?
know. No, listen, Koivu is the reason I became a Wild fan.
Okay.
But he didn't have a quarter of the offensive skill that Kaprizov has.
No, but
Koivu is completely different.
He had all the intangibles. I'm saying as a whole player, like we talk about Jonathan Toews, for example. Like if we break down Jonathan Toews compared to what that dynasty was, like Toews didn't do a lot on the score sheet. Everything he did was things you saw when you watched the game or things in the locker room. He was the captain. Like, so that's the thing with Koivu. Like Koivu didn't show up on the score sheet every night, but what he did in the locker room for years, that's what counts. The reason why they were a team that made the playoffs year after year was because of Koivu. So that's where that's why I say he's in the top two. You know, and then you go third. Who'd be third?
Zach Parise, but he got traded.
Right. Yeah. Okay.
And Ryan Sutter, maybe. Eric Stahl, maybe, definitely.
There you go. Yeah, there was Stahl. Yeah, like what the.
And Niederreiter.
No.
But then you gotta get into the older players. You had like Hendrickson and Wes Walls. Those guys stepped up really big. What's his name? Nicholas Backstrom, the goalie.
Oh yeah.
Was
I remember. I remember goalie Brizgalov.
Yeah, right. Yeah.
Brizgalov got us to the second. Brizgalov got us the furthest.
I forget about how many the Wild went through a lot of goalies for a minute. Like I think about that. Just think about that now. When I moved here in 2009, the Wild have been through a few goalies for a minute. They had did Jose Theodore play here for a minute?
Second period, Panthers underway, by the way. So
I was about to say that.
Yeah.
I'm going to head out to the garage for a second. No, I'm just joking, but I'll be right back. I'll be right back, though.
Hey, it's all good. It's all good.
That's awesome. I love that this is like the kind of the smoker. It's so funny. This is a funny thing with Ian. So Ian doesn't smoke at all.
Yeah.
Ian drinks. Ian doesn't smoke at all. It's fucking hilarious. And we always, me and Andrew and even Jimmy, we all joke about, we're like, if we ever meet, like, we got to get Ian to smoke at least once.
Oh yeah.
So,
I bet you'd be absolutely hilarious.
Can you imagine that? So we're always like, the three of us will always be talking about smoking or whatever. And Ian's just like kind of just like super quiet. It's like as soon as we start talking about drinking, then like it's like me and Ian are like talking about drinking or whatever. So it's I love that it's kind of a smoker friendly crowd tonight for sure. So
yeah.
So Wild and Panthers about jumping on that 4.5.
Yeah, that makes sense right now, honestly. And,
I think they should not Panthers. I mean Wild and Leafs. Yeah. I think they will open up the game.
Right now over here it's at minus 149. I'll probably wait for it to drop a little bit, but we obviously
maybe I'll think about if it hit the 3.5. That's what I'll do. If it hit the 3.5, then I'll think about it.
See, but you're playing with 5.
I'm already on under 6.5.
So, okay. Then you can wait for it. Then
I wouldn't even touch this game, to be honest, man.
Yeah. I can see this being 2-1 now, like,
which is insane because these are not 2-1 teams.
Definitely not.
Well, I think both are trying to play defensively because of what's happened lately. But contrary to certain opinions, the Wild's defense hasn't actually been that bad. There has been turnovers. Yeah. There have been some bad turnovers, like Kaprizov has had some bad ones, and there has been some bad turnovers, but the defense is not the Wild's issue. It's Talbot.
The Wild lost the other night because of Talbot. Yeah. It was not the blue line. It was not the offense. It was Talbot. Talbot had a bad night, and you're gonna have goalies have bad nights and lose games. You can't get mad about that. But at the same time, it's like, well, they can't get into the wormhole that, and I know, Terry, you've watched them as long as I have. You can't get into that wormhole of we're giving up goals, so now we got to be so tight defensively that we can't get our offense going. The Wild win games by getting their offense going. If it's 8-5, so be it. It's 8-5. You got to get 8 goals. You know what I mean? Like they have to get their offense going first before anything else.
Claudio asked me a question a couple times, and I did kind of respond in the chat. But the Wild scoring first. I don't have the numbers on.
I don't have that either. I
I feel like it's pretty
Real
even.
quick.
Oh wait,
I
actually, I can't bet the live. Next goal in regulation. So I got Wild plus $1.10. Yeah, all right. I'd bite it though.
I just
I'm not
if you
gonna
ask me,
lay
does the Wild score first
$1.35 with Toronto. I know that. So, yeah, no. So I would look at that.
Mazin is still out, right, from the lineup. Yeah, man.
Yeah.
I don't think.
See, the Wild score first in half of their games. They've scored first 24 times this season out of 48. The Maple Leafs.
That's what I thought.
They usually win when they score first. I know.
You do, yeah.
See, the Wild are a team that comes back in games, though.
And the Wild are the best second period team as far as overs go in the league right now. So,
actually, you can never go wrong with the Wild overs now live. I think they will. If Toronto score first, the Wild will pull goalie all the time. So over will hit perhaps.
But you see in Wild Wild League, second period total over 2.5 plus 155. That's a little high because you obviously 2.5 you need 3. But if that drops down to 1.5, I'll probably jump out. Andrew, you're back.
Let's get it going.
What is that?
One.
Oh, I saw the stopper. That's what I thought. I was like, what is that?
This is no. This is what make.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever seen someone hold up a bottle of wine and said, "Let's get this thing going."
Right.
Panthers are scoring soon. I think
it's a Thursday night, man. It's not a Saturday night. I don't take shots like Terry and Alex. I can't be doing that.
No, tonight I'm not. Just Coke for me.
You want to open up a White Claw then, Andrew, or as the one guy said in the chat earlier?
That's how I found out I had an allergy.
Hey, what was that red cherry? What was that drink you're drinking, Nick? This is some grown ass man red wine, brother.
He's drinking moonshine.
That's like the Western, you know.
Nick's outside with it right now with that moonshine.
So what's more classy?
Oh yeah, now what? Yeah, no, Andrew, you have the classiness down, but Nick's
going hard though. I like that. I like that.
Columbus going on a power play.
Yeah.
Okay. Columbus on the power play.
Terry, right now, Andy's feeding me stats to read out for the stream here about overs for the Wild in the third period. 6 in a row for the Wild, 5 in a row for the Leafs for the third period. Okay. Andy was feeding me some stats there, so if you guys want to live bet him in the third period, that wouldn't be a bad idea.
Shout out to Vito. Vito's literally laying in bed. He's like being the most professional right now. He's being like,
because I want to bet. I want to bet these Panthers and Jackets soon. I think over 5.5 again, and Leafs and Wild. I will also betting game. I think those both teams will score, man.
We're all over here like arguing about what we're drinking, and Vito's like,
we're talking about what we're drinking or whatever, and he's like, yeah, the Panthers and the Blue Jackets.
Yeah, bro. I'm watching all the time, man. The numbers, everything.
I'm glad you're paying attention right now. the rest of us we're getting off the rails a little bit, but.
Man, the Panthers
staring at live odds, so that's all I'm doing.
The Ruby made some amazing saves, to be honest. What is fucking very, very surprising.
Yeah, that's the thing I was looking at here is Berube with Merzlikins and Korpisalo potentially coming back soon. Do you think tonight could have been a good game for him, realizing this could be my last one in the NHL for a while?
Unless he gets moved. Which I can't imagine.
How much really goes into that, though? Because don't you think he wants to every game?
Yeah, it's just one of those side thoughts where, the top 2 guys are coming back soon, so I'm going to be bumped back down to number 3.
True.
So I mean, we've seen that where there were these older guys that have been going around the leagues, get a spot start, and they perform amazing because
and the reason I say maybe he gets moved is because if you look at the AHL standings, which probably me and Terry, a lot of people have looked at this in the last month, but the Cleveland Monsters, the AHL affiliate for Columbus, they're in last place. They're 15-21, 6-3. Maybe he gets moved. Obviously, they're not going to do anything down there. And
they were good for.
They were for a minute.
The season, but then
right. Yeah, they kind of fell off. Maybe Berube gets moved for a team that needs some depth goal. We talked about Minnesota maybe needing another goaltender. Maybe
maybe someone like Edmonton or Colorado.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Or Florida.
Teams need goalies. So maybe, but in Columbus, I mean, we can't even jump the gun on that because Columbus is still kind of within range of the wild card.
Yeah,
So
Maybe they should fuck.
my expectations this year. I thought they were going to be in the basement.
Maybe Oilers just should get Berube, I think.
Maybe.
Vito, back up from your mic a little bit. You're a little bit close to the mic, I think.
Yeah.
By the way, KP in the chat says Ottinger is in net tonight, not Holtby.
Right. Yeah.
Wow.
Wow, I did not expect that at all.
Yeah. Well, honestly, the better option. I mean, Braden Holtby's.
Look at his last 3 starts. That'll tell you all you need to know.
I like the under 5.5 now. It's gone 12 in a row.
Yeah, I got first period over in that game, and I still like that. And I like that mostly because I think that Nashville crowd's gonna be fired up. Like this is Pekka Rinne retirement night. They're gonna be geared up for that. We could see 2-0 Nashville, and then all of a sudden the game goes 3-3 and heads to overtime.
Evan, I like that shot prop, man. Meyer's been good. You're right. You called it, man. You guys want to hear something crazy? On cable right now on my TSN app, on my laptop, in my office right now, I'm blacked out from watching the Leafs game. I'm a 17-hour drive away from the arena. And I'm blacked out from watching.
I get blacked out on ESPN for the Hurricanes.
So here's the thing. So with ESPN Plus,
what you're close to.
No, it's not even what you're close to. So on ESPN Plus, right? Like I've been here in Minnesota, and I bought it here. I used a credit card that's registered here in Minnesota. It still blacked me out from Blackhawks games about a year and a half, like last year, and like anything Chicago, right? I go to Denver at the beginning of the month, and now my phone, for some reason, still thinks I'm in fucking Denver. So I can watch Hawks games on my phone again.
And I
can watch Wild games. I'm now blacked out from Avalanche games here in St. Paul.
That makes sense.
Yeah, I don't get it. So,
well, honestly, at least that kind of explains it a little bit.
Yeah, the IP addresses, like they don't know how to read like IP addresses and realize where you are in the world. So,
yeah, it's funny. Someone asked earlier about if John Tavares will score a goal. And I was going to say, Andrew, what's your opinion on that? Because I know you and Prez have. Discuss that.
It's just fact.
Like a traitor.
I hate on the Leafs, but a lot of the time I'm just spitting facts. Like 25 games, 26 games, 6 goals. I think he's a -11 during that span. Like what am I lying about when I say that?
Exactly.
Yeah, he hasn't been. Maybe age is kind of catching up to him.
They paid $11 million for a good leader. That's what they did.
Breaking news. Oh, no way. That was a joke.
No.
the Oilers and Ken
Books are locked or anything like that. So
the Oilers and Holland have re-signed Mike Smith to extension 8 years, $10 million.
Right.
You had me until you said 8 years. I'm like, nope, never mind.
Literal lifetime contract considering the guy's like 40. So,
Wild power play. This is it. I have a feeling.
Wild power play. All right.
I have a feeling this is it right here.
All right. I'm riding with you, Terry. Minus $1.10 for first goal. Let's go.
Yeah.
Wild to score next goal, which is the first goal, minus $1.10. I'm in on that. We should probably do some gambling while we're here.
Probably.
Okay, that's 4. Over 4 is a great number.
I know we're a hockey show, but
I'm taking that over 4 now.
Basketball today, William and Mary put up 28 points in a 40-minute basketball game. William and Mary, they lose 62-28. Northeastern easy cash.
Wow.
College basketball has been weird for like literally 4 years now. Though.
Yeah, that's
like,
something.
It's not pandemic related or anything. Like college basketball is just naturally just weird. Like,
so Nick, you're in school, but you also like sell picks and do content and stuff like that, or right on.
You must have
it's my full-time job, and I also
edit a lot of time,
where
you can manage it well.
Yeah. What's your major in school?
Film.
Oh, nice. Okay.
What school are you in?
East Carolina.
Right.
Oh, shout out Pirates. Right.
Oh yeah. I remember I saw you one time. You had an ECU.
I have a Pirate. It's a custom jersey. I donated to their hockey club, and they sent me
I've seen a few of their games. It's a lot of fun going to their games.
Yeah, no, that seems like a black. Like
I saw on Twitter the other day they had jerseys, and it was like $75. I'm like, ooh, that's
I like the new ones. So the new black ones have this weird kind of like pattern around the. I might actually buy.
I want one. I need to. I know.
And their road ones are cream colored. Like so, I actually it's funny that you mentioned that because I was actually looking at those. That's pretty much all I do.
I think that maybe one of the next hockey jerseys I get is an East Carolina one, just because. But yeah.
I just had to tweet the screenshots of the maps showing I'm 17 hours away from Toronto and how it says the scheduling program is not available in your region, and tweet at TSN and at NHL because that's just absolutely ridiculous. I know it's not going to do anything, but at least people that are on Twitter can be like, because like, you know what's crazy? Even if you buy NHL Game Pass, that's why people buy IPTVs. That's why I have different things I sign up for because
it's the same thing with Major League Baseball. Like I know Washington Nationals and Baltimore Orioles are blacked out if you get the MLB.TV, and that's kind of frustrating because that's 19 games a year that the Mets play the Nationals that I can't see. Like, it feels like what's the point? That's like it's like an eighth of the games. Like,
yeah, exactly. I mean, isn't that kind of why we pay for that? So that way we don't have to worry about anything. Like I'm a Jays fan, right? And I have like the TSN app and I have the Sportsnet app and stuff. So I can do that, but I want to watch all the Jays games. And that's the one team that I can't watch on MLB extra innings.
Makes no sense. Like, don't black stuff out. Like, we want to see all the games. Like, that makes no sense. And it's just because I don't know why they do that. And the reason why we sign up for these things is some of us may not have cable. I don't do cable. So when I want to watch ESPN Plus and it won't let me watch the Island or the Hurricanes games, I want to watch the Hurricanes game because I made money on them tonight, whatever. I can't watch them. Dawson Mercer.
Devils 4-0.
Devils are just wow.
Or Penguins are just not playing.
Yeah.
Well, shot-wise, Penguins are 10-1 shots. This is the first shot for Devils in this period.
Wow.
Penguins. So Doves are playing good. It makes then.
Somebody or Pobody saying, somebody tell the Pens that Nico Dawes is in net tonight. That game had quieted down a little bit until that goal. Like,
all the games.
Things are rather quiet tonight. I may have just jinxed it, but things are. And as I say that, the book.
Columbus scored.
Yeah.
As I say that, Columbus scores.
You know how sometimes when something
guys,
a bet, you cheer for the other team? I'm cheering for the Blue Jackets now. I lost my first period puck line with the Panthers. Screw them.
Yeah. You're like, oh, I hope they lose the whole game now.
Yeah.
Now it's time to. Okay. Still no value with Panthers. So are Panthers losing back-to-back games at home? Oh, Panthers are gone.
I was saying I was joking around in my group chat saying plus 475 for the Jackets and Reg.
Yeah, you always joke like that.
Yeah, Nick likes the underdogs, but
I love underdogs.
Columbus money line plus 115. Florida money line minus 145.
Down a goal, they're still minus 145. I have a feeling that this Panthers game is going to be 3-3, and it's going to go to overtime or something along those lines. I'm going to push the 7.
I'd like that. I have the 6.5, but then I have Florida team. I have the big Florida team total overs, which aren't really doing well. But Florida can score.
1-0 Rangers and captain.
I need to switch this game off. Otherwise, there's no goals when I watch the game. So let's turn the Leafs game off.
Clearly, I missed about 50 different things while my internet was trying to reboot.
I guess let's watch a little bit Nashville. Nashville is about no, not yet. Still some time.
8:35, but won't it be closer to 9 with the retirement jersey?
So yeah, Alex, we were talking about
Yeah.
Dallas having a great game today. So far he's okay.
Right. So we got, let's see, just checking the scores. I don't know, did you
Pittsburgh
guys
has
do
like
a score update or
No.
no? Okay. So I'm just looking. 4-0 Devils about halfway through the second period. No score Minnesota, Toronto 13.5 left in the second. 2-1 Jackets with about halfway through the second period, and then 1-0 Rangers 9:17 left in the second, and then Dallas Nashville. That's going to be like 7:40 something Central Time because of the Pecorino retirement ceremony. So about 7:40, 7:50 probably.
Yeah, so 8 shots for Minnesota, 9 shots for the Leafs.
Okay.
Almost halfway through the game.
Yeah.
Beautiful.
So I still feel fine having Wild to score first. Because
Yeah.
at this point, I mean, halfway through, it seems like whoever
Boldy
scores
got
first.
close.
Okay.
Kaprizov had an open net, like an open shot there, but
Nick, why isn't your brother joining us?
I don't know.
because Buffalo's not on.
Buffalo's not.
He's a Sabres only fan.
Well, now that we've said Buffalo 3 times, he's going to pop up in the chat
At
sometime.
some point. Yeah.
It's like saying Beetlejuice, Buffalo, 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 and bam, there's Tim.
I
Who's
think
there?
they are progressing next year.
Penguins 4-1 now.
He said, what do you say, Vito?
I think they're progressing next year.
So to like 6th place? Fifth, 6th place?
Oh, there he is.
Man, they have this
There
guy
it
from
is.
Latin.
There it is. He's in the chat. I heard Buffalo.
That's awesome.
Literally in our group chat, like we'll be talking, and he won't be like watching it or anything. But the moment someone says Buffalo, he's there.
He just pops up.
Yeah, he's there.
That's funny.
Malkin scored.
Oh, okay. So
Wow.
the shutout streak for Nico Dawes has ended. As I
From Crosby.
I got to give a shout out here, guys, real quick. My buddy, he's in medical school in Ireland right now. It's super
shout out
late.
to them. Yeah.
It's like it's late like it is for Vito. So he's tuning in Ireland. So my guy Luke.
Nice. Shout out to Ireland and shout out to med school students. He said lots of teams in the East, but he said who's graded in the West? Is that what he asked?
Dark horse from the West.
Dark horse in the West.
No comment.
Lose.
Shit.
No
Calgary
Kings are the dark horse in the West. No.
to get a chance at the cup. Like,
To get a chance at the cup.
Yeah.
I still Calgary
think
for
Calgary.
sure, man. Yeah, well, Calgary.
because that Daryl Sutter hockey kicks in the postseason.
Yeah.
And it's like, he'll be the guy to navigate Calgary to a bunch of 3-2, 2-1 wins.
So is he a Western Conference version of Barry Trotz right now?
Pretty much. That's what it seems like at this point.
Yeah.
The total in the Wild game is 3.5.
Is there
Minus
actually
1.8.
no
yeah.
goal?
Is it
in this
really?
game?
I'm on over 4 now, so I get a push at 4.
Okay.
It's 3.5 at minus 130.
Oh, and the game's suspended.
The game's suspended.
Oh shit!
Ralph Bryant asked me about my underdog today. It was
There's no
Wild.
goal. I think it's like
Yes, good draw.
Good
Good
goal.
catch that Alex. Wild scored.
Okay.
yes,
Sweet.
Now I need a Leafs goal for both teams to score.
easy. That's Leafs are getting one, I would say, because Leafs always start to play when at least they allow the goal. Otherwise, they not move. Man, I don't like this Leaf team, man. I don't bet on them much, and now I trusted them 2 games in a row when they lost both of them.
Aside from actual Leafs fans, as far as bettors and just general observationists go, does anyone like this Toronto team? I know I don't. Like I don't care about it.
Well, I like
know.
that they have scoring, man, and they have some like power play. But man, they like fall off this defensively, and that happens all the time. And it's like
Right.
it's
That's
not
what I'm
like
saying.
it's not like it's like it's not like it's a curse or something. They just don't focus, and it's bad players.
Right. Yeah. It's not even like I respect Columbus
Leafs tied
more
it.
than Toronto.
1-1.
Leafs tied it. Okay. I respect Columbus more than Toronto because at least Columbus is one of the
1-1.
Andrew.
Yeah.
Yeah, Andrew got the both teams. to
Let's
score.
go.
Teams to score plus 1.
Let's go.
Nice.
I should have
I
bet
don't
that
like
over
2
3.5.
goals within 12 seconds. That's not cool.
That over 3.5.
That's what will happen with this game. They cannot play defense all 3 periods. These teams are not built for it.
37-12 for the Minnesota Wild second period over the season.
Wow, that's a huge stat.
Yeah.
And
The thing with the Leafs, they're just soft. The Leafs, there's nothing else to say besides they're soft. They're a
I
great
told
team.
you I need to.
I know with the Leafs come playoff time, I'm betting against them.
Of course, you have to. You can't bet on them.
I don't care who they play. I mean, I'll take Tampa Bay in 5, 6.
They are the Terry. They're the Minnesota Twins of hockey. You know,
Hey, Blue Jays. When it comes to baseball, Blue Jays are my team. The Twins, I cheer for them, but no, the Blue Jays are my.
Because you don't actually have any ties, Terry, to Minnesota, right? You just like the Wild.
No, that's literally. I'll never forget that when we first started talking. That's the funniest thing. And he was like asking me, he's like, oh, you live in Minnesota. I'm like, yeah. I'm like, it's okay. You know, I'm like, it's not this magical place. Like, I know you love the teams here, but this isn't like utopia by any means. But also at the same,
why.
But no, what honestly, living here, it is a great place. I joke and say that I love living here, but because I'm a Chicagoan, and so like literally like, all of my rival teams are here, so it's just like as a sports fan, I'm just like, you know.
I know you like it there, Alex, because you have a job where you can work from home, so you wouldn't still be there if you didn't have to be.
No, this place is legitimately cool. Like there's a lot of cool things about Minnesota. Like I won't shit on it that much. This is a fun place to hang out and like, you know, especially like you're out on a Saturday night and it's like it's not Vegas, you know what I mean, or even like some of the busier places in the world, but it's a fun kind of chill place. So I do enjoy the area and I met a lot of great people here. And it's a fun place. Like Terry, like honestly, I would definitely encourage you to travel here and you love the teams here, so that's like half the battle. You will probably love being here. Like there's a lot of fun stuff to do here. So I won't shit on it. I only shit on it as much as I do because I'm from Chicago and it's like I have to.
No, hey, it makes sense.
Yeah, it's like so
it's a good thing you're not in our group chat because
wow,
5-1
stuff
I say about the Blackhawks.
Yeah, right. You know, but that's a funny thing about here too is that there's a lot of Chicagoans here. Like when I moved here and I meet people and they're like, "Oh, I'm from Chicago." And it's like, really? It's like cool. Like you know, granted, like you can meet Chicagoans anywhere because it's a big city, but it's just like the amount of Chicagoans that do live in the Twin Cities is like kind of funny because it's just like oh, we all like picked up and left, didn't we? Like, but we're still like Chicago. It's like we can move halfway around the world. We're always going to be Chicago. Like I've lived here 13 years. I'm still a Chicagoan. I live here in Minnesota. Like that doesn't change. It's like, you know, like Vito, like, you know, you're born and raised in Latvia, correct?
Yes, sir.
Right. So no matter where you go in the world, you're you know, Latvian. You're from Latvia. Like that's how it is with Chicago. Even though like we have our United States, but it's like I identify as a Chicagoan more than an American.
Same here.
Yeah, you know, right. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. So we all have that.
I'm a New Yorker, even though I live in North Carolina.
I was under the impression Americans just didn't think anywhere else existed in the world.
We can't. Sometimes we
other
do.
countries are fake countries, right?
That's pretty much what I get told anytime
sometimes we really do, honestly.
I had somebody in America one time asking if we celebrate Christmas in Canada.
Yeah. Wait, you know what's funny? Andrew, it's so funny when you the episode where you told the story about when you came back from Vegas, and I had my girlfriend watch that episode. I was just like, I'm like, this is the funniest fucking thing, and because she's from here in Minnesota, but she lives in Denver. Right. And I was just like, and I'm like, yeah, I'm like all everybody I work with mostly Canadian, and I'm like the you know differences that we have between Americans and Canadians. Like for example, I know we always tweet back and forth about decimal odds It was funny because we had somebody on Tuesday talking about decimal odds, and I just looked at them like, yeah, I don't know how it works.
I'll be honest, like because the industry we're in, or I chose, and just that because obviously being in North America, and it's still an American-dominated business.
Sure,
I had to adopt the American odds, but I think everybody should understand that decimal odds make more sense because, and I'll say why, because American odds are the math implications for if you're betting $100 or to win $100.
Right.
Decimal odds can tell you what the payout's going to be if you're betting anything.
No matter, right? Exactly, and you're right. And I grew up with fractional odds because I knew horse racing players.
Ah, okay.
So fractional odds made more sense to me from the beginning, and then I converted that to American odds. But I saw decimal odds. I'm like, yeah, I don't like,
I've only used American.
I failed math twice as a kid, so I'm like, I understand.
You're in Ontario,
math-dominated profession.
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing. I've also failed English in high school, and then ended up having articles published in a American newspaper. So I'm an anomaly. But I figured it out now as far as sports are concerned. But it's just like but it really is, and I think there's some people who don't understand odds. They know math, they don't understand odds because they don't understand sports. So that's the crazy thing about what we do is that people understand the numbers, they don't understand the sport. People understand the sport and don't understand the numbers.
But that's the thing. It really depends on which handicapper you talk to. Like Nick, you say a math dominated profession.
Yeah,
it really depends on. I know people like there's the Brian Leonard. I'll say Brian Leonard. I'll announce his name from Wager Talk. You know him, Alex. I'm sure some of you guys know him.
Oh yeah, for sure.
I'd say he's been handicapping hockey the least out of several of us at Wager Talk. He's number one. I've been chasing him all season. He's all analytics, so he's more of the numbers guy.
And Brian's if I'm not mistaken, he is a hockey fan. He's watched hockey forever, but he just hasn't really bet on it.
Yeah. But my whole point is like not every single bettor is like you ever read those Action Network articles? Those guys are straight up like all numbers. And sometimes I'll check them out just to learn, just to find out some of the X goal numbers and all that stuff. But I don't know, every now and then I'm just like, yeah, I think this team's gonna win for a couple different reasons. I don't have to look at a billion numbers, But then there are some guys that know all the math, the implied odds, and all that kind of stuff.
Well, let me ask one question, guys. What do you think about this bet? I have heard you guys make it a lot of times, but I really don't make it. Plus this reverse puck line plus 1.5. You find this bet good? Because
which game? Which game?
I know. I mean, I know. Sometimes even you talk about this bet. Yeah, this bet which is plus 1.5, right?
My opinion, I don't like turning a plus into a minus.
I think just a double chance or something like that. I think is more valuable.
Yeah. So Jimmy Puckline, he's the one who kind of really plays that more than all of us. I think probably combined.
Those names are not available on my book for underdogs minus 1.5. They're not available on mine.
I mean plus 1.5, plus 1.5 on underdogs.
Yeah, for me, Vito, I don't like turning an underdog into a minus. So
me too.
Plus 140 than.
But I have heard that a lot of guys in America, you bet on underdogs this plus 1.5 in hockey, and I just think you really risk yourself on an empty netter in the end. Even betting double chance, you can even get a victory. If the game ends tie.
Right. Yeah. So double chances for me. Oh, what are you gonna say?
The only time I'll really ever take plus 1.5 is when I can get plus money for it. Those big plus 400 underdogs, I would usually take if I were when I was betting those a lot, I would take the plus 1.5 and the money line as well.
Would you even lay maybe $1.05 on it, or it's got to be strictly
sometimes, but not really.
It's got to be mostly plus.
Yeah.
Okay.
It's good for parlays.
Something I do sometimes is the plus 1 or minus 1 Vito. So half unit on the plus 1.5, half unit on the money line. That way, if they lose by 1,
Yeah, but then again, a question: if you take the plus 1 with full game or regulation?
Oh,
full game because
Full game.
if they lose in overtime, you
Yeah.
still push.
I don't
Okay,
even think I don't even think I have an option to bet
The only
spread
time-
in regulation.
Yeah, the only time I ever saw that option was betting Olympic hockey.
We
where
have
I
it
was-
in
I
Europe.
was able to
We
take-
have it.
Because I remember one time, I think it was in a men's game, or I forgot which game it was. I had a team, they were up
Finland, I think. No.
They were
Finland.
up 3-0 in the second period. They give up 3 goals in the third period, and they lost in overtime. But I cashed my bet because it was plus a half a goal in regulation.
That was Finland. That was Sweden leading 3-0, and Finland came back.
It was Sweden. That's what it
3-3.
was. Yeah.
Wild just got 4 shots shorthanded. Like they just threw 4 shots.
Well, that's a Leafs team.
shorthanded. Yeah, Fiala took a stupid penalty. He elbowed, I think, Bunting in the face. So of course,
You
that's
see, Bunting got fined for diving.
That's crazy, also.
Apparently, he draws the second most penalties after McDavid.
The guy is good. Does Bunting?
Yeah, Bunting's up there for Calder this year. Like
Yeah.
he's one of the. I
How old is he,
personally
Nick?
have a ticket on Zegras. I got him at plus 275 Zegras. I got Ovechkin at 7-1 for MVP, and I got Markstrom 12-1 for Vezina. So those are my
Panthers on the power play.
It's 2-1 Panther or Blue Jackets with a minute to go in the second.
Well, that over 7 was. Who could know that this game will stay this low scoring at the moment with Johansson and Berube?
Mr. Under in the top right corner.
Leafs took a penalty, so Wild power play now in like 30 seconds.
Everybody and their mother was on the over for this Columbus game. That's the problem.
Well,
That's why
we said it on the show. Either this game's going to be nuts and it's 5-4 or 6-5, or the game's going to be quiet halfway through, and it somehow goes under. So
2-0 Rangers.
Oh man,
glad I stayed off the Rangers. Or glad I stayed off the Capitals side. I like the.
I'm mad because I debated either the Rangers or the over all day long, and unfortunately, I was like,
I'm on draw. And I actually thought about doing double chance. We talked about double chance. I actually thought about doing Rangers draw double chance. Didn't do it, and now Rangers up 2-0. So.
What would be the odds on the double chance there? Because I know the Rangers were minus 115, so you'd be playing what, minus 140, minus 135?
No. For Rangers and draw, you'd probably be looking at plus 125 because the draw is involved.
Capitals are playing something bad hockey, man. Then I haven't seen any good chance, to be honest, from Capitals.
And that's the thing; they're playing horrible. This is the way I thought they were going to play at the beginning of the year, and then they started off hot. Now they've cooled off, which sucks because Nick, I heard you say you have Ovechkin for MVP. I have him for MVP and Rocket Richard Trophy, and now he's cooled off. The team is cooled off, and so all that seems to be going like kind of haywire. And I still might lose my under 95.5. So.
Yeah. See, I also have a 16-1 ticket for the Capitals for the Stanley Cup because I thought they still need a goaltender though. That's the problem.
Yeah, see, I didn't.
I got 14-1 on the Hurricanes.
Oh, that was another team. I remember I did a show with Terry in the beginning of the season. I gave out 3 teams to win the Stanley Cup. One was the Hurricanes, one was the Flames, and the other was the Kraken. So 2 of them look decent.
Yeah, that's funny. I don't have any Cup futures. I have Wild to win the division. That's like the only.
I have that one. I have the Blues to win the division as well.
Yeah.
22.
But I don't get into Cup futures. I have. Okay, I should preface it. I did have a Hawks 50-1 because I thought the Hawks are going to start off hot and that 51 would be gone. Now they're probably like 500-1, but other than that, like, and even then that wasn't like,
at this point.
Yeah, right. It's a donate, right? Exactly. It wasn't even that was a quarter unit bet. It wasn't like I wasn't like running around being like, oh, they're a team.
Yeah, me too. Yeah.
I hate futures with a passion for the most part, except for point totals in hockey. That's literally the only future. Like I don't make win total bets in any other sport, especially not in like football or something like that. Like I made a few division bets and one. Like I had Tennessee.
I'm gonna look at that with baseball with the win totals.
I make all my future bets in season. Like I don't understand. Like I was still able to get Carolina guys 14-1 in like December. Why would I have to bet them in September or October? Let me see how good they are, and then I'll bet them a month or 2 in.
Yeah, exactly. No, right, and that's the way to do that. And that's the thing. Like even with division odds and like play to make or miss the playoffs, those weren't available in season until literally this year. Like with the American books, because I know literally last year or before pre-pandemic, those were not available in the middle of the season.
That would
Alex,
depend where you live, right?
Alex, yeah. Do you have any idea with this? I this is definitely more of an American question, I think.
I mean, I pay taxes, so.
But I don't understand how, like that. To me, that's only like I think if you, I don't know how it works really. But
listen,
I'll tell you what.
I pay my taxes, and maybe you should get an accountant for that. That's all I can say about it.
I don't think every time you win a sports bet on your website, you have to be like, call my accountant up and give them.
No, if you bet enough, you do have to do that. But I mean, and yeah, so that's a question for some people who are of a higher pay grade than all of us.
Yeah.
Well, they can come get me. They're not getting my money.
Listen, I vote and pay taxes. All right. Like,
I pay taxes on my income. I pay taxes on my income.
I vote and pay taxes. So I don't know what else to tell you.
Do we have who's in this chat right now? Who's in this live chat?
Shout out to Jax. Jax says, "Don't worry about it." Yeah, that's
don't worry about it. Do we got to get one of those things you put in your car to make sure you know where the cops are on the highway?
Right. Yeah. That's actually it's a conversation me and my girlfriend had. We were talking about taxes. She's like, I don't even want to know how you do your taxes. I'm like, yeah, like let's not talk about that. So
Nashville Stars just now started.
They just now started. Like
Alex, don't kill me. It's really not that hard. I don't really understand. We're not FBI agents. Like we're not like, you're not like a secret spy or something. You're just doing your taxes. You just claim your income, and
what's understood is not spoken. You know?
There you go.
You never know who's listening.
You never know.
Oh, of course.
Oh yeah. You guys gotta keep a swivel. Keep a swivel. But
I'll tell you what. Today, speaking of, you never know who's watching you. Today, it's obviously cold as shit outside where I live right now. So the bank is closed, but I'm going to the ATM. So you just have you open the door. There's like the 2 ATMs that are available, right? But you can't go inside the bank.
Right.
So there's people behind me, but they're outside. All of a sudden, this guy just this like sketchy looking guy just like walks in right behind me. I'm just like punching in my number and stuff, like, doing my thing. And I had to like just give this guy like one of those looks, like, get the fuck outside. Like you're not gonna stand behind me while I'm at the ATM right now. And it was like the weirdest. I was like, I know this is what I said to him. I said, pretty cold out there, eh? Just just real nice Canadian friendly. I was like, pretty cold out there. And I was just like, honestly, man, you gotta step outside. And he just looked at me and I was with my dog, and he was like, yeah, your dog keeps jumping on me. I was like, yeah, he probably wants you to go outside too.
you know what would be? Honestly, this would be probably the great. We should probably pitch this to some like major network. The funniest thing would be, because Andrew, you and Ian are in Canada, me and Jimmy are here in the U.S. If we were to take a season and swap places, so like you lived in Boston, Ian lived here. I lived in Halifax, and Jimmy lived in Hamilton. Like that would probably be the funniest thing ever, because like we're from like 4 very different types of places. It seems like, and so for us to like move around and then flip countries would probably be hilarious, because like that would have never happened to me here in like the Midwest. Like I would have turned around and told that dude to get the fuck out. So hearing that story is like, that's just like. But you handled that in like the
most Canadian story ever.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Yeah, exactly. I'm just like,
it's cold out there, eh? Yeah.
I've had people.
No, that's the thing though. But Nick, that was like someone in the chat just said it. Like that was my way of being like, get the fuck out of here.
Is that the Canadian fuck you? Is that?
Hey, bud, it's cold outside, huh?
Yeah, it's pretty much like me saying to him, "Why are you in here?" Like, is it because it's cold outside, or?
conversely, before the pandemic and where we had like the whole like 6 feet markers on like the ground, like if someone was at the bank and they were like too close to me in line, I would turn around and be like, "What are you doing?" Like, so yeah, that's like
somebody
literally
said, "Why was that an American directed question? Doesn't everyone do taxes?"
Gambling
I'll tell you
income,
this,
I think, is different in Canada, right?
Yeah, it is. Yeah.
It is.
We do taxes here.
Yeah,
Trust me.
we do taxes, but the way you have to claim gambling income is a hell of a lot different. I'm pretty sure. So
Yeah.
you would think Nova Scotia would be safe. Yeah, I didn't say I got robbed. I'm just saying it was kind of a funny interaction because the guy the guy was freezing his ass off, right? That's why I'm saying like it's. I'm obviously trying to make the story like I'm exaggerating a little bit, but like because I was like taking a minute. And my hands were numb, getting my wallet out and stuff. I was walking, forgot my gloves at home, and this guy comes in like next to me. I'm like, dude, get the hell out of here! Like,
wait, that's the funny thing too, right? Like that dude didn't do anything. Like that dude was like literally just trying to get out of the cold.
Yeah,
like he didn't have any bad intentions, but like, so that's literally the inverse of it. Like it's like he might have that guy could have been the same person here in the U.S. and not had any bad intentions, but automatically I would have just thought like what the fuck is going on. So like that's literally the difference between the US and Canada.
Well, you do never know. Like he could have tried to rob you. Like
you never know anywhere. But it's like I think we're just
you never know who has a gun these days.
Right. And I think we're just more posed to, especially me being from Chicago, where it's just like that's just a situation like
I've only been in New York once, but my cousin he worked like in investment banking in Toronto. He used to always take trips to New York, and he loves joking around about like you said you're from New York, Nick.
Long Island, yeah.
Long Island. Okay. He said he loves like the Manhattan, like if you're in like a hot dog line and you wait there for 10 minutes and the person in front of you is like taking a while, like come on, like the way people yell at each other is just like the funniest thing in the world. Like people in New York will punk somebody off like it's nobody's business, like they have no doubt in their mind that it's okay to do that. It's so funny, like,
and that's Chicago's kind of the same way where it's like
I've always joked. I always joke because when I moved down to the south to North Carolina, I was like, yeah, it's a little bit different here. People actually wave. Up in New York, this is how we wave. Like
when I moved from Chicago to Minnesota, I'll never forget walking to the Skyway, and I'm just going like I'm still in college. I got my like guitar on my back and stuff, and there's just people like smiling and say like, oh, good morning. I'm just like, you don't like I don't know you. You don't know me. Why are you talking to me right now? 7:30 in the morning.
If you guys want to know what Atlantic Canada is like, it's actually like. Not anything else. Don't take this anything politically or whatever. All just like mannerisms. It's like America in the South. That's what Halifax and Nova Scotia and the Maritimes
like the Southern hospitality.
Yeah, like everyone's your friend.
It's
like
Southern United. It's Southeast United States, but cold.
Yeah,
right.
For real.
Okay.
Like, like so. For example, like my father and like some of my aunts and uncles, they'll go to like South Carolina, even right, like just to like Myrtle Beach, and they're, they get like a little like. Place to stay or whatever, and they're walking down. Same thing Nick just said, right? You walk around, he'll just be like, "Hey, how's it going, buddy?" or "What's going on?" Just like Vito said, "Hey, bud," right? And they literally say right away, "You must be Canadian." And it's like nothing against Americans, but they're literally just like, yeah, like nobody else would just walk by us and like act like we're friends. You know what I mean? And like that's just like it's because the population, in like New York City and stuff like that, they got places to be. There's too many people around.
And it's funny because people always want to say like, oh, New Yorkers are the rudest. I'm like, no. Once I left Chicago and moved here, I'm like, no, Chicagoans are way ruder than New Yorkers. Like it's on a whole different like it's a personal level in Chicago. Like New Yorkers are just like, I've got shit to do.
New Yorkers are just general assholes, though. That's just the way it is.
But it's always it's self-centered. It's like I've got something to do, you're in my way. Where Chicago, it's like we just automatically just start taking things personally. Like, that's the difference. Like,
actually, Parisian luxury, where I live, is like one of the most diverse places, like east of like Quebec. So that's not.
And that's the thing. Yeah, right. That right. And
maybe in Newfoundland, you're right, but that's actually getting really diverse as well. So,
and
don't quote me for saying that.
That's the funniest thing too. I think about like I think that's probably something that Americans probably don't realize about Canada. That Canada is super diverse.
Well, look at our soccer team. We're going to make the World Cup this year.
Yeah, and awesome. That's the thing. Like people don't like like my folks clowned me about moving to Minnesota. Like they said, like, oh, I'm living in Mayberry. When we went to Canada, and I'll never forget this. Me, my mom, and dad drove to Toronto. I was like maybe 9 years old, and the thing that shocked us the most was how clean the streets were. Now this is Toronto, downtown Toronto, which is probably like the dirtiest city in Canada,
right?
But like at the same time, we're
just
like,
Winnipeg.
But we were literally just looking around like.
Is that a Canadian thing? Because I saw that in a video once. Is every Canadian just shit on Winnipeg? Is that just like the scapegoat of everything?
Yeah, Winnipeg's like the Chicago. Winnipeg's like the Chicago of Canada.
See, that's what I. You know what's funny to say that because I always thought.
And no offense, Alex, by that.
No. I've always thought that. So I always believed before I ever like traveled to Canada, I always believed that Toronto was equivalent to New York. Winnipeg was equivalent to Chicago, and that not just saying because of like proximity. And then I always heard Vancouver was like LA. And then Calgary's like Dallas because they've got like all the foreign land and stuff. And so,
yes.
So I've always heard those comparisons. But when I went to Toronto, I can't say because I've never been to New York, but when I went to Toronto, it didn't feel like any kind of American city that I've been. And I've been in a lot of cities here in the U.S. It didn't feel like any kind of American city. Like it felt like its own different thing, and it was just so foreign to me and my folks. And my parents have traveled around everywhere too, but we're just like, and we were like, it's so clean here. It's just like this is like crazy, you know.
I saw this tweet. It was like this chick. She commented like it was like some on this picture of somebody like in downtown Toronto, and they said, "Why are y'all in Canada trying to make?" This person's in downtown Canada trying to look like New York City. And the person commented, like, did you just say downtown Canada? Like, I'll tell you guys, I've been on a couple like family vacations growing up, and like if I go to like Mexico or Dominican or whatever, if you, and this is not like just Americans, this is everybody, Europeans, like anybody where I am. Canada's the second biggest country in the world, not population, but biggest country, right?
Yeah.
Everybody says to if you're Canadian and you're anywhere else in the world, oh yeah, I'm Canadian. Oh, what's it like in Toronto? And if it's not, oh no, I'm not from Toronto. Well, how's Vancouver? It's like, dude, this is like a massive country. Like, it's not like there's just that's like every single person you meet being like, how's Los Angeles?
But
you know what I mean?
I was gonna say you have to realize that people here in the U.S. fail American geography. Like one of my best friends moved. He grew up in South Carolina. He moved up here to Minnesota to go to school. Before he moved here and he got accepted to school, he didn't know where Minnesota was on the map.
Americans barely care about American geography. Right. Barely anyone cares about what Canada looks like.
So I learned where which provinces were rich and where they were because I was a hockey fan. If it wasn't for hockey, I probably wouldn't know anything.
I got to give you respect, Alex. You're good with it, man.
Yeah, and I do love geography. I love world geography as a whole. But there are people who just don't that doesn't register even here in the U.S. So to ask an American, even if here, like it's like if you ask someone here in Minnesota, like you ask 20 people here in Minnesota, what Canadian province is right above us? Maybe 8 of them would say Manitoba. Maybe.
Right. Like Winnipeg, I think. Well, Winnipeg is not a province, right?
Right, but that's the main city in Manitoba. But that's the thing. At least you would say that. There's some people who probably wouldn't say Winnipeg or Manitoba.
I know because I know the map. When the teams travel, I have the map, so I watch how far they need to fly. Actually, sometimes.
Right, exactly. Yeah, and so that's the thing.
Some good handicapping right there.
It is. No, it is. You know what's funny? That's a great point because I mentioned that about Seattle Boston tonight. That's the longest cross continental U.S. trip flying from Boston to Seattle. It's like 3,638 miles, I think.
It was crazy actually. One of my buddy, I told you, I think I have a friend that plays like soccer for the professional team in Halifax, and they had to change the schedule around. Mm-hmm. They had the longest travel for any professional team in the world at one point.
Really?
They had their longest, because it's kind of like imagine Montreal and Vancouver being in like the same division, pretty much. Yeah, imagine it not being like a once or twice a year. Yeah, exactly. Last year, Nick. Yeah, but imagine that just being a normal thing,
a regular thing. Yeah, no.
Yeah, so he was like every second weekend was like going out to the west coast of Canada from Halifax and then doing it was insane.
Well, that's why.
had to change the bracket of his league, man, because it was just like too much traveling.
That's why I didn't understand how so there's a Newfoundland Growlers in the East Coast League, and I'm like, how does that work? Because most of those teams, like the ECHL, which is actually what their real term, they're not the East Coast anymore, but they bought up the teams out west, and so it's like, how do you have a situation where this team has the travel situation has to be nuts. And even like you look at I think it was like the St. John's Maple Leafs back in the day. So like when you add that and you add in because I think is it Newfoundland that's like on like a time and a half kind of thing. Like it's like
yeah. Newfoundland is a half an hour later than me.
Right. So it's like, how does that work with compared to like the rest of North America? Like that's got to be a complete mindfuck. It's like being in Hawaii or Alaska.
It is, man. That's why they're literally in their own planet.
Yeah.
One thing, guys, what do you think? Panthers Columbus over 5.5 full game.
I think I'm jumping in on that, but
let's see. We got.
I was going to just take a look at team total for the Panthers. What do you think about that, Vito?
Let me. I don't. Let me check if I have it.
They do have 36 seconds of a power play.
Here I have it. I have over 2.5. Over 2.5. I can get for -130. No, -145. I think.
4.5 before the game. I juiced.
The CL minus lot. The team total is a lot.
Then I better take the total game. I think because they will pull the goalie. I think over 5.5 should be a great bet here.
Does Canada have its own army and air force? I hope that's a joke. Because
they have their Canada has their layer of defense. That's called the U.S. Army, right?
Huh.
I joke, obviously.
But yes, we do have our own army. Alex, you did it again.
But who's gonna come attack you guys in Canada, eh? Like, what are they gonna do? Take your hockey rings?
That was the most American A I've heard. You know what's funny? I'll say, Nick, you don't notice the A until you're in a place where other people don't do it. Because people think that we do it all the time. Like Alex, how often on our shows do you hear me say that? I've never. It's like a casual thing. Like if me and you are chilling together,
more than you're actually handicapping.
I probably hear more.
Yeah,
I do Canadians say it. So yeah.
And I rarely ever hear Terry say it.
I usually use it when I'm like asking a question, kind of, or like pointing something out.
And
that's kind of how
I probably say it once in a while, like ironically.
Shit, I'm getting great odds. Over 5.5, I'm getting now with plus money.
Okay.
I'm taking it.
You know one thing, guys? I want to talk about. I want to ask you guys what over 5.5. You can take this number always in regulation, right? Because there's no way you can get an extra goal in with the full game.
Right.
Yeah.
In reference to Columbus, Florida.
Yeah, I'm just not thinking. Well, the number keeps rising. I'm looking now at plus 120 over 5.5.
Yeah, because so you already got 3 goals. So that's the thing. I mean, you would want to have,
2 Florida, 1 Columbus.
Right. Yeah, for sure. Right. Yeah, because that's the thing. Yeah, to avoid OT.
Yeah, that's why for me, Vito, it's the same odds.
Yeah.
Regulation only and OT included, same odds.
Oh no, for me it's different. For me it's like very. For me it's
awesome.
It's like 10 cents difference.
Right. Okay. So you get you can kind of hover over that.
Do you think the Berube will stand on his head and Panthers will not score? I mean, second game for them already.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of tough. That's a tough ad. It's 2-1.
Florida's plus money now.
I agree with you, Alex, because I also, to be honest, I don't like to bet on the third period. I like to bet after first period. So at least I have like 2, Yeah.
Now
How about this? Panthers in regulation plus 225.
Wasn't that like minus 245 today?
That's what
Well,
I mean.
Panthers in money line is plus 110.
That's what I'm looking at.
115. Yeah, Panthers
Plus
money line
115.
plus 115. I might actually play that honestly, because they should
All
win.
I mean,
It's plus 120 now. I'm jumping in on that. Panthers regulation plus 120.
fuck, let me also jump with that. I want to be on the same side.
Yeah, Panthers money line, not regulation. It's Panthers money line.
Yeah, let's go.
Yeah,
No, David,
I'm on
I didn't take it as disrespect. I just genuinely didn't know if you were joking or not. But yeah, no, we have our own same as everybody else, man. We have got allies. And all that stuff. So.
Hopefully, we don't have to use it. Like,
I was
but I won't get into that.
I was going to get into that. Like, some nations don't have the strongest of armies, but
We'll keep it a hockey show for now.
Right.
But
Yeah. Otherwise, you need to bring a different show, bro.
For sure. Yeah.
And you don't know who is listening.
Right. Yeah. Right. Yeah. Right. We're talking about taxes. Yeah. We definitely don't know who's listening on that tip. But yeah. No. But
all right, guys. Before this third period, I will go to the garage and I will come back in 3 minutes.
There we go, Vito. Get us the good luck, Vito.
Nice. All right. Let's do a score recap. So we got 1-1 Wild Leafs at the end of the second period. I'm seeing. Let's go to actually, this is a better screen probably. 5-1 Leafs beginning, or 5-1 Devils over Pittsburgh beginning of the third period, but Pittsburgh's on the power play. 2-1 Columbus with about 17 and a half left in the third. 2-0 Rangers over the Capitals with about 17 in a quarter left in the third. No score Dallas Nashville first period halfway through, which is unfortunate.
I figure that's the only over I have, or one of the only overs I have tonight.
Yeah, I have that over in first period and nothing to work on.
Oh no!
You can get the Devils money line live for minus 10,000.
I think Columbus scored.
Yeah, because I saw everything's locked up. Everything's locked up.
Hopefully, maybe not, but yeah, they did. MDR says in the chat.
The over that Vito talked about.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Unfortunately, I never ended up taking it. I was just shouting out random stuff, regulation, this and that, and I never even ended up taking anything. So
I took the Florida money line. Which
I was literally about to lock in the regulation, and then I was like, nah, I can't do that. That's just greedy.
Florida money line is now plus 390.
Yeah, well, yeah, no shit. 2 goal.
That would be a hedge for an under.
It would be for sure.
Florida Panthers or draw plus 225.
Yeah, that's not bad. That's not bad. I can see that. Yeah, I can see that kind of cashing in.
Man, I can't believe, Terry, we didn't get more goals in this Wild game. Like, I know both teams were due for a defensive game, but I really didn't think this was going to happen.
Yeah. I thought the Wild. I thought the Nashville. Okay, Nashville. 1-0. We need another goal in that one. I thought the Wild's defensive game was going to come in the next game against Calgary, because that's the end of the road trip.
That's going to be a tough game for Minnesota.
Well, I think
it's back to back.
End of the road trip, but it's also a back-to-back. There's like 3 days in between before they come back here and then play next. I think it's next Tuesday.
What was Ian's underdog pick today? The Devils?
Columbus.
No, Columbus.
Columbus.
Columbus plus 330. So.
And Alex was
Minnesota.
And mine was Wild.
Too.
Yeah.
I almost bet plus 475 for them in regulation, to be completely honest.
I mean, that's insane. That makes sense.
I was joking around in my group chat with them. I was like, yeah, I'm going to
might as well
about it. And then, yeah.
Should one team in the NHL against another really be plus 475?
No, especially when that team's won 8 of their last 10 games.
That's what I'm saying. So I probably would. I didn't look at that, but I probably would have played that too.
Oh, Preds are leading. That's great.
Yeah, Preds. Yeah, 1-0. Yeah. So need another goal. I need another goal personally for that first period.
I would love some more goals in that game too.
I keep going to check.
Panthers are coming back, I think, guys. I think 2 goals. It's easy to score 2
goals.
Yeah,
they aren't done yet. By any
means.
They're
plus 425.
Yeah. So if you want to jump in on them,
plus 1.5 is minus 115.
See, I made that mistake last betcast with Colorado against Dallas, and I'm not going to do that again.
Well, I have I have been betting live a lot. I have made so many mistakes betting live.
Yeah,
You have to be very patient, and
it's not foolproof. Like people, I know people see me on Twitter and they're just like, oh, like you seem to hit every live bet. Like, no, there's a lot of them I get wrong. So it's not foolproof by any means. So
yeah.
I know this is chalky here, guys, but I just took the next team to score, Panthers minus 170. Yeah, I know it's chalky, but
no, I don't. I really don't get on anybody for laying chalk on that prop because sometimes you're just never going to get good value on it. Like if you feel it's going to happen, it's going to happen, and you just got to live with laying, that price.
I always tell myself this: I don't do that every day.
Yeah, right. Yeah, I make that exemption with betting fights all the time.
Yeah,
like that's the one time where I don't really give a shit about money because money line is literally directed to just how much money they've taken on a side. Like it's not, they don't really take a side or opinion like they will for a general sporting event. Like the books just go off of how much money they need to like kind of make money with a UFC or a boxing fight. So I'll lay those kind of prices, but to lay it in any major pro sport, mostly like anything past $2 is sketchy. But $2 in a fight, like when $2 Mayweather Pacquiao was a gift.
Oh, come on,
it was a gift.
Yeah,
but
I've done that a few times where I laid 240 with Usman against Burns. I did stuff like that.
Yeah. See, I've only laid $2 plus, or I guess $2 minus if you look at it. I've only done that in boxing. I wouldn't do that in UFC.
I feel like I've done it a couple times, but it's with the best of the best. It's with the Usmans and it's with the Nurmagomedovs. And
no, I agree with you. Like the theory is the same. The reason I tend to do it more in boxing, and we're getting off kind of track. I'm sure people are kind of losing this, but with boxing is that it's so money strict that like because you'll have some guy come in with a $50,000 suitcase and literally bet on a fight. So they don't give a shit about like who they think is going to win the fight. They took this giant bet. They have to move it according to what money they have in their coffers. Exactly. So that's why I'll do that. That's the only thing I'd probably lay $2 or more with, without blinking would be
wild power play.
Okay.
I was just about to ask what happened there because it just froze for a second in my book.
Let's get a good start to this period here, Terry.
Yeah, we need some start here, man.
Wild plus 110 to score next goal. I'll sprinkle that. Why not?
Now you look at these next goal props. Do you ever look at no goal in regulation and try to go for like that big score?
I tried to do that the other night with Wild and Senators.
That's like plus 500 right now, and I tried
to do that thinking the game was going to go to overtime. But then I also had literally had $15 to win like 60 on Senators score next goal. They took the lead.
Florida
on the board.
All right, here we go. So,
and now I'm sweating the under.
Yeah, like
I knew it wasn't going to be a comfortable bet at all.
Yeah, right. I mean, obviously, like we talked about that on the show. It's like when you see a 7, most times you want to look at an under, but these two teams, 7 didn't. Like I said, I thought 7.5 was going to pop up because these two teams, just the way they're playing, their contrast of styles, it seemed like it would be a 9-10 goal kind of game, and we're at 5. So
over 5.5 and Panthers, everything should go fine.
Yeah.
Yeah, everybody in the chat's happy about Florida.
Yep.
Man,
So
look! After 2 minutes, it's gonna be 3-3.
You might be right.
Probably.
We'll clip that, Vito.
This is why I was saying I didn't mind laying the chalk, boys.
And let's see. I mean,
you don't pay juice on winning bets.
Wait, everything just locked for Blue Jackets Panthers. Did they?
That was the easiest $100 I'll make today, probably.
No way.
They may have.
No, Rangers scored. I see 3-0.
Oh, it's 3-0 Rangers.
All right, adios to the draw there.
Man, I literally said, boys, I like the over, or do I like the Rangers? And of course, I took the fucking over, and the Rangers are dominating.
Dominated, yeah. That happens sometimes.
Can the Caps not give me one goal? Like, I swear, I have to stop. Like, you know how we always say ban lists? Overs against Shesterkin, it has to be on my ban list now. I can't ever take it off. Like, hats off, Nick. But, like, I think if I
he's one of the best goalies in the league.
Yeah. No, he's
guys, if you're watching in the YouTube right now, do us a favor, hit the like button. We don't really ask that much during the day shows, but you know, it's not like we're getting paid to be here. This is for fun. Hitting the like button for us will help us. Get out there, get this some views, and then obviously, quick shout out to our sponsor, DraftKings. If you are signing up with them, use the promo code THPN. It will help us out on the Ice Guys. So if you guys out there think that, we're out here doing this for some big payday, me and Alex are doing this together. I'm just having a good time with you guys. So trying to build up the Ice Guys name. We're happy to have Vito, Nick, Terry with us. So just hit the like button. We really, it helps us a lot.
It does. And make no mistake, DraftKings is the label that pays us.
Yeah. Yeah, even if you're making YouTube revenue, you're making all of $1.50, $2 on ad revenue. Like, it's not that crazy.
We're a little bit better than Spotify.
Yeah.
So now let's see. Vito, that was a good call with the over. It's now 7.5. I'm seeing.
I put over and on Panthers. So over, I need one goal, but Panthers hopefully also win. So I split it between two bets.
This is one of those nights.
Because if Panthers is losing one against 2, then even if you put Panthers money line, it's still gonna be 2-2, and then 3-2. It's already gonna be 5 goals.
Yeah.
Right.
So between these two teams, so 2. I don't think it would then 2-2. A very small chance. Anyways.
Panthers minus 150 next goal in regulation. Blue Jackets plus 225.
Alex, the same thing's happening to me tonight that happened to me on Tuesday, man. I'm like, I'm up units on live betting, but the pregame bets aren't looking good.
There's been nights. I've had nights where I've lost 4 pregame bets, 1-6 in live and came out, and then I've had nights where if I didn't bet anything live, I'd be up, and then all of a sudden I bet live, and all of a sudden even with small quarter unit bets, I end up basically breaking even or losing a little bit. So that's the way that goes. Let's see.
This is actually crazy. I know I just said this, and I'm probably not going to bet this, but plus over 4.5 is plus 165.
Yeah.
In the Capitals Rangers game.
Which is
that's pretty intense.
You're not telling me we can get a Capitals goal, make it 3-1 in an empty netter for the Rangers?
11.5 minutes. That makes sense.
That's what I'm saying, but I almost feel guilty for if I bet that after what I just said that I shouldn't bet against Igor on unders. I don't like going against things I just said, but the plus 170, like Nick, you're on the under in that game, but you wouldn't argue that with me. Like, would you say that's
this game could finish 4-1, 3-2?
Yeah.
I just moved to 3.5 in my book, minus 230.
It did. Now here's the thing: next goal regulation, you're getting plus money everywhere. Do we go Rangers or Capitals to score next goal?
All right, guys, I'm going smaller unit, like smaller than I was on that next goal, but I'm taking it. I'm taking plus 170 over 4.5. Capitals Rangers.
Okay.
I can't argue that price.
I'm seeing 3.5.
Yeah, I'm seeing 3.5 too. So
I just took alternative total.
Yeah.
Right.
Everybody was telling that Oshie is not playing, but he's in lineup, right? I see him.
Yeah.
It was last second he got announced.
Yeah. Hey, Panthers, Jackets just froze for me, I think.
Yeah.
Jackets scored.
Power play for the
Jackets scored. Jackets scored.
No.
4-2.
Are you sure? I don't think so.
Yeah, I can see it 4-2 on my book.
Yeah, Vito's ahead of all of us.
Wow.
Blue Jackets scored.
Yeah, it's 4-2.
Blue Jackets 2-minute penalty. I saw though.
Wow.
Cashed over with fucking
Nice over.
Panthers.
Nice over.
That over is easy.
Over what? That was 6.5 to 7. So
Over 5.5 it was.
oh yeah,
Then we-
live. Yeah, the
Yeah.
live over. Yes, live over it's cashed. Yeah. If you pregame, you still need another goal.
Yeah, pregame you still need it.
Be it 6.5 or 7. Let's see, and then we got 5-1 Devils, 11.5 left in the third. 3-0 Rangers, 9.5 left in the third. 90 seconds left in Nashville, Dallas before the end of the first period, and still 1-0 Predators on Pecorino.
Yeah, I wouldn't have made that over bet if I knew it was going to be Ottinger and that. I was expecting Holtby on the back-to-back.
See,
It's 5-2 Columbus.
it didn't matter. I just
There's the
5-2.
over.
Where?
At least I got the over.
5-2 Jackets. All right, so that's a push on 7, and that's over 6.5. So there's still some people sweating that out if you did take over 7.
Why was Johansson in that? Obviously, that was a mistake, I think. But
Yeah. Damn it. Now the best I can do is push, and I have to sweat out 10 minutes of that.
Yeah.
That's crazy. 10 minutes to go in the game too.
That's what
It was 2-1 heading into the period. Like,
I mean, we anticipated that kind of a score. Actually, probably more so 5-2 Florida than 5-2 Columbus, but we thought there would be goals galore in that game, and it just happened late. So.
I'm in absolute shock about this Leafs game. Like, let me see what I have. I can't even remember what I have right now.
Yeah, I have a couple.
Yeah, the only one. So I cast that second period, both teams to score. Now I have over
Wild to get
4.5.
next. I have Wild to score next goal. And then,
I've got over 4.5, but do I take the 3.5? I don't know if I want to double dip. Remember when Ian did that though, Alex? I want to channel my inner Ian here. And just...
Well, if Toronto scores, Minnesota's gonna pull their goalie.
Yeah,
Everson will pull
that's
the goalie.
true. Yeah, he will.
The Wild will probably.
Early. So 3.5 minus about 20. You know what? I'm gonna jump in on that. I'll jump in on that.
Because it took Wild to score the next goal. I don't know if I want to.
I have that as well. So a Wild goal would be great because then the Maple Leafs are going to pull the goalie as well. So
6-1 Devils.
Dang it!
Wow.
All right, boys. I can't. I'm taking the over 3.5. The 4.5 might not hit, but this 3.5. Vito, you with me or what, man? Let's do it.
On Rangers?
No, Maple Leafs.
Well, yeah,
Leafs. I'm already on over 4.
Oh, okay. All right. He's got 4. So
I'm
4,
already.
four,
I'm pushing at 4, and I'm winning
I
at.
got 3.5 over laying $1.15.
Yeah, I'm already. When the score was 0-0, I made bet over 4.
Right. Okay.
Let's get some third period magic.
Yeah.
I even heard how you clicked that mouse. I think in the same moment.
Right.
Shit. Okay. Rangers 4-0.
Wow.
Yeah. So that's toast.
But Devils, man, 6-1. Oh, 6-1.
When I bet the under in the Devils, I expected 2 goals from them. Not
Bro,
6.
those unders are crazy, man. You better just take those underdogs.
Wow. Boys, there we
said
go.
total
There we
chaos.
go. Just after I said I won't take any more overs with the Rangers games.
Mm-hmm.
Well, it was the Rangers putting up the goals. It wasn't.
Now it's the Rangers but that what was that price I told you I have? Like plus 170. That's what I said, right? Yeah.
Yeah. Plus it, yeah.
4-0.
There you go. So Nashville, Dallas in the first period, only 1 goal there. Unfortunately, Predators with the lead. We got 4-0 Rangers with about 8.5 left in the third. 5-2 Jackets over Florida with about 9:07 in the third, and then 6-1 Devils with about 9 left in the third, and then Wild Maple Leafs tied 1-1.
Oh, that's a good comment in the chat by Joseph there. You guys are making me money.
Oh, wonderful.
That's
what
the point.
we try to do. So. All right, guys. I got about maybe 5 more minutes on here, and then I'm gonna have to log off. I know you guys are gonna probably keep hanging around for a little bit. So
I'm getting off after the early games are done, boys. So.
okay.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
Cool.
Alex, can you stick around for that, or?
No, I got maybe like a hard 5 minutes. So I was actually supposed to be off about 30 minutes ago. So.
Man, Caps really cannot score, bro.
I know.
Yeah, they're just struggling right now, and it's unfortunate. Like we talked about with if you have Capitals to make the playoffs, Capital like me and Nick have Ovechkin props to win awards. This is not a good sign right now.
Oh boy, is that person serious? Panthers net is empty.
Already?
That would make sense. Why it's just
We can kiss this under goodbye then, or that's push goodbye for me.
That's a goodbye for Pufo. That's a goodbye, bro. 8 minutes left.
They're all doing. They're.
Yeah, it's got to be because everything blocked. So, yeah.
Like nobody else did this before.
Jackets next to score.
Yeah, if you can grab Jackets next to score, then by all means go for it. It's everything blocked right here.
Right, empty net quickly, bum.
I hope Florida can try to come back here.
It'd be nice. Yeah, I mean, as someone who grabbed Panthers money line.
Yeah, I got the money line, but I got team total over 4.5 and
okay.
5.5. So some goals here would be. Oh, someone said Columbus.
2-5 is too big, man, to come back. They can still pull the goalies and everything, but 2-5 is.
Yeah.
It's
a
lot.
Probably can get 5 freaking goals in the third period to push it over. A dead nuts under and 5 goals in the third.
But I'm not watching the game, man.
All right, somebody in the chat asking about wait, what did it say? Could game go 1-1 in overtime for Leafs and Wild? That is possible, and right now you could get 145 for no goal.
Actually, that's a nice bet, man. Oh, look, Toronto scored. Toronto scored.
Let's go.
This is okay because it'll give me a chance to live bet the Wild down.
Oh, I see. There's always an angle, man.
I had Wild to score that goal. That's toast. But over 3.5's in good shape at this point.
Of course, man. This is one of the best bets because empty netter, man. You already feel safe now.
Yeah,
more or less, and you know that these teams perhaps will score that goal anyway.
Yeah.
I gotta say, guys, you guys know I chirp the Leafs a ton, but Matthews is so consistent.
Oh,
of course,
he's unbelievable. It's kind of like yesterday.
Man.
I tweeted out, "If only McDavid had some goaltending."
Right, for sure.
Wild are plus 450, and that number is only going to go up. That number is only going to go up.
But it's not said, man, that will win, Terry. You know they will start to play less defense now. There will be odd man rushes for Leafs. They can easily score, you know.
It's not for sure, but I've seen enough Wild third period comebacks.
They will, they can come back. I was to say they're plus 175, or plus 188 to score next goal in regulation.
Well, I
believe
think
in that before anything else. I'm not playing it, but
I think Wild come back for, of course, because the Mrazek is in the net first of all, right?
Yeah. Here we go. Wild plus 250 to score next goal.
The issue is we don't know when he'll pull the goalie.
Right.
Florida just now scored.
They did?
Yeah.
Wow.
Wait.
5-3.
Wait, 6. No, wait. Someone said Jackets. Okay, no, all right. They got it mixed up.
Oh.
So it's 5-3.
So Florida is coming back?
No,
the overhits.
The overhits. Yeah, the overhits either way. But somebody said it was 6-2, and then it's 5-3. So.
What's up, Big Show Picks?
I'm hoping that.
So now I'm just sweating out these overs, especially with the Leafs game. 3.5 and 4.5 is what I had. So, I'm feeling good about one of them, that's for sure.
Ooh, I need one more Huberto assist. I got it at plus 1.5. All right. Or I got over 1.5 assists for him.
Dude, I got Rangers game on my TV. I don't know even why.
Yeah,
change
I'm
it.
pretty much toast. So, all right, y'all. Well, I'm about to log off, and I got a couple things to do here. So, great chatting with all you guys for sure. Like I said, wonderful having a second one of these this week. So, everybody have a great night. I'll be back on to the regular show tomorrow afternoon. And hope Andrew, I know you're gonna carry this for a little bit longer, not too much longer, but
6-3.
6-3.
Columbus.
Wow.
Yeah. So,
All right, Alex. See you, buddy.
So see you guys. Have a great night.
See ya.
They might hit the over 7 in the third period alone.
Man,
6 goals in the third period. 6.
So, guys, that's one thing we all have to take into consideration when we look into the if we look into the playoff picture and to playoff teams. The Florida Panthers, as great as they are, they're just not consistent defensively. That's what separates them from other good playoff teams. I mean,
well,
it doesn't matter if you can score 5 or 6 goals some games. If your defense isn't good, then this is what happens.
They had this fresh goalie also today, actually. First game for him or no?
I don't know why they went to Johansson.
They have like a 3-man rotation, don't they, Nick?
No, that was Johansson's first game since like December.
No, but like they've been doing that for like a while. Like every now and then they'll just throw in like through injuries, or they've probably played more goalies in the past. Actually, no, that's a lie. The Flyers. Remember that season? The Flyers played like 8 goalies and wasn't it 7? There was a season where the Flyers had 7 goalies, I think, in 1 year. Let me see your jersey, Nick.
It's Nashville.
Nice.
It was just the one I picked out for today. I have forgot what the number is. I think either 21 or 22 teams for jerseys for NHL.
I don't even know how Alex has room in his closet for all his jerseys. The guy has so many. That's actually a collector right there.
I have 21 out of the 32 jerseys. I still need Columbus, Washington, Philly, Ottawa, Detroit, Tampa Bay, Toronto, St. Louis, Calgary, Edmonton, and San Jose.
Do you have like names for all of them, or they're all just like the jersey?
No. This one's blank. I think the only ones I have with names on the back, I have Barzell, I have Zajac, I have Sedin.
Nice.
Wow, they pulled up goal again.
I have a Samsonov one for Boston. I find them random ones off of eBay. That's the way I do it.
Yeah, my Montreal, I don't have anybody on there. I was thinking about getting
one
like
as well as
Suzuki
blank.
or something like that, but
Caulfield.
yeah. I don't know, man. It just seemed kind of weird. I'm a pretty tall guy, so I feel like it'd be kind of weird if I got a Caulfield jersey. I don't know. I mean, it doesn't really. They don't have to look like you, I guess, but I just think it's kind of. I'd get so many jokes if I walked around in a Caulfield jersey.
Yeah, but you see actually how his game changed, right? That's amazing.
Yes. How tall are you, Vito? Were you a big player or?
I like 1.83 these meters. I don't know how much it is in this feet, man. Let me check.
So you're like 5'9". Oh, you're 6 feet. 6 feet.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah. And weight is like 88, 87, 86. So it's not okay.
Wait, what?
86, 87 kilos, something like that. 90 kilos, the weight.
Yeah, okay, 191. Okay. For a second, I was like, hold on. Yeah.
Wild just had a nice chance to score, but they did not. Yeah.
I'm 96 kilograms. All right, yeah.
96 kilo, yeah? Yeah. I hear that you are a big guy. Like you're a tall guy.
Yeah.
You are like 2 meters?
A little older, more in 195 centimeters.
195, so that's still very good. For hockey, that would be awesome, man.
One of my friends, he plays. He's not like a good friend, but I knew him through school. Vito. He plays. He played in Slovakia.
Yeah.
Hockey. He played university here. Then he played over there, Slovakia. Then he went to Denmark. If he was taller, he would be. He's a defenseman, offensive defenseman. He always said, like, man, there's one thing you can't change is your height. He's like, I just wish I was a little bit taller for a defenseman because it's hard to be physical.
Yeah.
Some things you can't control, But Caulfield might not be as quick if he wasn't small, right? So,
Well, that same was with St. Louis.
yeah, exactly, yeah. All right, let's get some goals here in this.
Wild is pushing something. They will pull the goalie soon, so
Yeah,
show it.
plus,
So it's nothing to worry about at
825.
all. They're the one team which will pull the goalie now, certainly.
Well, no, he got in, people were giving Everson shit because he pulled him like 8-9 minutes last game against Florida.
Yeah, but that's
And
also
then-
when that's because they were trailing by 2 goals. If they're trailing by 1 goal, he will not pull that early.
Plus 925. I'm trying to wait here till it gets to plus 1,000, and I'm gonna bet it. But
Let's go.
I'm gonna cash the plus
Take
1,000.
regulation, man.
No,
just
We
Terry,
won't
you're
win,
like me with the Jays, man. You just always
plus
end up getting.
1,025.
Let's go. You
All
want to
right.
go with that? Nice. It could easily happen, man. I can see Leafs blowing a lead.
I'll humor you here, Terry. I threw 5 at it. There you
That
go.
would not surprise me if Leafs blow a lead, bro. To be honest.
I'll humor you here. I put $5 down, plus 1,025 at the Wild.
I have a
let's
feeling
see.
Terry will hit it. I don't know why.
It's the first live bet I've made all stream. There you go. I'm not a live better that much, so
I will mute my mic so that
Why?
everyone doesn't have to hear. Well, because
Why?
I'll go insane. I
remember
a bit
That's
too
what the
loud for them.
betcast is for.
yeah, that's the
literally,
whole idea.
That's
I
literally the
remember,
whole
yeah.
point of the betcast. Imagine if I was on a radio show and I told somebody I'm just going to mute my microphone for a minute.
Well,
That's
I
like the
don't- I
whole
don't wanna go a
point.
little-
Like,
Yeah, I remember once I did a live watch along for like a random Saturday night during the season, and I had Terry on, and the Wild were in overtime, and I knew that they scored, and Terry was a little bit behind, so I was able to play him full screen to get his reaction from the Wild one in overtime.
yeah. So ever since then, I've tried to not let myself go nuts on YouTube. But
Ever since that, you can.
oh, that was close. That was close.
Yeah, one thing that does drive me crazy about when I did live bet hockey is to sit there and watch the price like go up and up and up. I'm like, oh, I could have gotten this price. Oh, I could have gotten this price. Like that would just drive me crazy.
big hug from Portugal. Good night, everybody. Thank you for all the help. It was a pleasure to be here. Thank you very much for being here from Portugal. This is great. We love having people from all over. So thank you for joining us.
It's crazy how this is an international thing. It's not just United States and Canada. We get people from Portugal.
You know what time it is, man? It's like 10. It's like night now, I think.
Really?
Well,
yo, something happened in the Wild game.
My book still has odds up.
Yeah, that was weird. It just went from 1,025 down to 725.
Yeah, I just tried to join you guys, and it just went from 1,000. But now
my book has a plus 925 now.
Now it's plus 925. Yeah.
What happened to make a drop $1 there?
Oh, now it's back to 1025 now. My book.
Now it's back to 1025.
It went down like 7 something too. It's been like going up and down. I don't know why. But Wild are going to pull their goalie soon. So if anybody wants to live bet the Wild, this is the time to do it.
Well, I'm
You better
joining
be
you.
right on
I'm
this
joining
one.
you for some
Ovechkin
keep money.
scored.
Who did?
Ovechkin. So it's 4-1.
Is the game over yet? 4-1 with a minute to go. Watch, this is gonna push.
Didn't you have the live team total, Andrew? Or didn't you have the live total in that
For what?
Rangers game?
Oh yeah, I had
I
live
have
over
6.
4.5. Oh shit!
Yeah.
Let's
That's
go.
4-1.
Plus 170. Wow.
I
let's
said this
go.
could finish 4-1.
You did. Wow. All I needed was one goal from.
Man, this goal actually is, oh my.
Well,
At the
Ovechkin.
last minute, just no
Let's
shootout for
go.
Shishtorkin.
Let's go, man. I'm telling you,
No
this
more goals in that
boys,
game. No more.
Like Nick, I know you say you don't live bet that much, but I'm telling you, man. Like I'm not saying this happens to me every night, obviously, but like there's so many nights where like obviously like I sell picks. I have a bunch of
Yeah,
clients for hockey.
Yep.
It's my income. But when you look at it and situations like this happen, it almost just sucks because like it's like you're excited, but the pregame bet's not good. I just cashed a plus 170 live over, the Leafs over 3.5 live over. Like all these, like you can recoup your money if you're actually someone
I also
that
don't
watches.
watch games often.
Oh, you don't watch games?
I watch live screens. I'll scoreboard watch, and that's just about. I'll like if I'm editing a video, I'll throw a hockey game on the background just for.
So are you mostly like an analytical guy then, as far as your handicapping goes? Yeah.
Yep.
Oh, my heart's
Yeah,
going
that
so
Rangers
bad.
game just finished under 6 hits. There we go.
Nice.
Under 6.5 in Leafs and Wild looks good.
Okay, Wild pulled the goal.
Yeah. I think they're taking a timeout, but I'm not 100% positive.
Yeah, they're taking a timeout.
Zuccarello whiffed on a shot, or else he probably would have tied it.
Damn it, Zuccarello. Predators and Stars just started the second period.
I do have a parlay, so I definitely don't. If Leafs make it 3-1, I'll be extremely depressed. So either Wild score, because I have the plus 1.5 in a parlay for Wild. So I hope they either tie it here, obviously, or keep it 2-1.
Oh, the Predators game just locked up.
Okay, guys, I will head off, guys. So thank you for this.
Okay, Vito.
And wish you good luck.
You
in
too,
the rest
man.
of the
Good
games,
to see
guys.
you.
I just wanted to let you know that I went the other side.
Stars goal.
And I went with Flames. So yeah.
Flames. Okay.
In regulation.
All right. Good night, man. See you.
See you guys. See you guys.
1-1 in that Stars game now.
Come on, Wild. Come on.
If I don't get one more goal in this game.
Oh, no. Oh, there we go. Leafs almost scored, but Brodin got it.
Well, it looks like a 3-2, 7 o'clock slate. First period, moneyline Devils hits, Washington under hits, under 6.5 unless something goes horribly wrong. And Maple Leafs Wild hits.
Oh no!
They just score.
Leafs did.
Oh, there we go. The over 3.5 hits.
Sorry, Terry.
Yeah, it is what it is. I don't know. See, the Wild focused on defense and lost their offense.
I've noticed there's a few playoff caliber teams in a slump right now. Like the Wild are in a slump. We've seen now Florida drop back-to-back games that they were pretty decent-sized favorites in. The Leafs up until this point were in a little bit of a slump. Like we're seeing some of these bigger teams struggle lately.
Wild pull their goalie again.
They did?
Yeah.
Oh, man, if I hit this over 4.5, I'm going to be so pumped.
I need the +1.5. Come on, Wild, score one here, please.
It was Jason Robertson for the Stars.
It's over.
It's over. Cash the under 6.5.
All right, guys. Well, not to dip out, not to dip out.
I'm
here,
not gonna. I'm
but,
not. I don't want to be that guy, Terry. But you're wild, man. On Betcast night, they're letting us down here.
I know. Maybe I won't be able to appear on the Betcast when the Wild are playing. No, it's not that. It's obviously it's not the Betcast. It's the Wild are in a slump. I'm a huge fan. Everybody knows. But
the Wild are a fade team right now.
Now, Nick. Now.
Yeah, I think it was still a pretty good night. I think we all had, we made some money.
3-2 for the
one guy made some money with his unders. We all cashed. The guy that's not a big live better cashed pregame, and all of us made some money live betting. So
there you go.
That kind of worked out very well. We had upwards of, I think, 90, 100 even at one point live. A couple hundred of you guys, different people tuning in. So, hey, I'll let you guys, Terry, I'll start with you. Anything you have up for the rest of the night? No pressure if you don't have anything. Just
no, I do. Flames Canucks over. In our group chat, there's 14 of us, and I think 11 are on the under, and I'm on the over. I'm the only person on the over. And then I have a Calgary team total over 3.5, and Lindholm to score.
What about you, Nick? So you're on the under, and that anything else for you?
Yeah, I'm a high volume guy. I have over for Boston, Seattle. I have the Flames reg along with the under in that game and the team total under for Vancouver. I see like a 3-1 game. And then to finish off the night, Islanders puck line.
All right. Yeah, I have no action. I'll probably be looking to live bet that game. You guys are on different sides in that Flames game. I'll tell you what. If it has a fast start, I'm betting the under. Slow start, I'm betting the over. That's where I'm going. Live bet game for me. Hey, Mr. Ian Cameron, also known as Bobano. Tough shoes to fill as far as his hosting role. But good to be here with you guys on the Ice Guys live show. I really enjoy doing these. It's not said enough, I think. Really, Ian reads off the DraftKings promo, Hockey Podcast Network, and stuff like that. We enjoy doing these for you guys, but genuinely commenting after the video is done, not in the live chat, waiting till it's done every day on the Ice Guys really helps the algorithm, liking the video. If you have Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, iHeartRadio, do us a favor. Go to one of our most recent podcasts, leave a review. We really appreciate it. That's what can really help us, honestly. We all have other stuff we do every day. We love doing the Ice Guys show. That's how you can show us some support. So we appreciate it, and we'll see you tomorrow at 2 p.m. Eastern for Friday's edition of the Ice Guys show. So on behalf of all these guys, everybody in the YouTube chat, have a good night and good luck.